welcome, Kev Killer, Toshi,
Hi.
Matt.
What's up, guys?
How are you guys doing?
Hey.
Oh, pretty good. Just excited looking through all this new information we have coming to us.
Yeah, it's been a pretty crazy 2 days.
Yep.
Did they announce the Fire Punch yesterday?
Yep.
Yeah.
Fire Punch and damn.
And then Grass Knot on Cresselia. And yeah, I did a whole video on the update, and those were like definitely the two standout ones. But they dropped an arguably bigger update today.
For sure.
Oh yeah, definitely a bigger update. I think. It's pretty cool. It's gonna have implications for GBL, for the Silph Cups, for all three leagues. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, I should have. Let me just fix the text on this one. From just while we wait for everybody, from yesterday, were you guys more excited about Fire Punch or Grass Knot? If you had to pick one.
Probably Fire Punch for me.
Yeah, Fire Punch.
Just because Groudon is such a cool Pokemon.
Yeah, that's true. It made it from like obscure, kind of like borderline relevancy to like in the heart of the meta.
Right. And Master League was already kind of stale in my opinion. So this plus the Palkia is going to make it a lot more robust, I think.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And it'll make previously underutilized Pokemon like Dragonite a lot more important.
Yeah, Dragonite
for sure. Yeah,
its stock went up so much.
Yes,
like
huge,
a crazy amount, right? Like, it's obviously very very exciting. But to me,
go ahead.
As I was doing my video yesterday, I thought for sure Fire Punch I'd be like way more excited about, but man, Grass Knot gives Cresselia so many more wins.
Yeah,
and picks up like some like pretty decent wins, like against Defense Deoxys, against Dugong, and in one other meta relevant Alolan Raichu. Maybe not. Probably, maybe not now. Maybe not now because of the
it probably makes Azumarill a lot stronger too, doesn't it?
The Azumarill matchup for sure. It already beat up Azumarill, but
now it's probably a lot safer.
And I always forget like how good Grass Knot is. Grass Knot's a dynamic punch clone.
Yeah,
was a wild charge clone than wild charge guy.
I think it's only 5 more energy than being a frenzy plant clone, right?
Frenzy Plant's 4500. Grass Knot's
right.
5090. But it's a very good. It's like 5 off from being like a Sky Attack clone.
Right.
So it's
but still very good.
Yeah, and a mathematician's actually saying, "Wait till Dragonite gets superpower."
Oh no, that hurts.
Wow, it's just like, well, to be honest, like superpower, arguably less important now because you're probably pretty scared to run so many steel types on your team.
Yeah, the problem is how are you gonna check Togekiss now?
Yeah, no, for sure.
Steel type.
But yeah, it's gonna be pretty busted. So it's there's some
pretty excited.
Yeah, like the Niantic is definitely doing a lot to spice up the meta to make sure that season 2 is not exactly like season 1. So I think it's pretty exciting. So while we wait for more people to come join, why don't we just follow the update and recap what your thoughts were on season 1? How did you feel compared to the preseason? What did you like? What did you think of it all?
For me, the most cool part was Ultra League because I felt like it was way more diverse than preseason. I myself tested more lineups and I saw more variety.
Absolutely.
So that Ultra League was a cool part for me.
I personally find Ultra League the most difficult meta to play in.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Because like I was talking to somebody. I think there's this dichotomy of like there's very strong meta Pokemon, like Registeel, Giratina, but there's this whole wide variety of anti-meta that's also very strong against it, and it's very hard to check both. So in this like GBL type format, it's like really difficult. I find it like I tried out so many different strategies, and but I think it was.
I agree. I think Ultra League was the one where you missed the Show 6 format the most because it was too diverse. And in open meta, when it's that diverse, it's very hard to plan composite lines that actually counter everything. You can't really do it. So you'd run into like issues where you'd build a really, really deep line and then run into weird things like Empoleon Toxicroak cores, and you can't like prepare for that.
Yeah.
So it's definitely the hardest to play in a blind meta. I feel like if we had like more condensed metas with Ultra League, it'd be a lot more fun, especially in a blind format. But
Yeah, no, absolutely, and Show 6 would definitely shake up Ultra League quite a bit. It was very interesting. What do you guys think of Great League and Master League compared to the preseason?
I was stuck with some like 3 or 4 Pokemon in preseason for Master League, and I bit the bullet and powered some stuff up for season 1, and ended up having a pretty good amount of fun in Master League. I think Master League is more maybe mechanics focused than other leagues.
For sure.
Where you really have to focus on the fundamentals, and you know what's going to come out. It's just playing it right.
How do you beat it?
No, 100%. I think there's it definitely in Master, as you pointed out, like very condensed meta, but like there was like very specific matchups on like, okay, how do you play Melmetal Dialga so you don't you wait for them to throw or you throw. There's like different techniques. Okay, now bait or superpower, or so I think there was like quite a bit of like mechanics play, which I think.
In the last couple of days, there was literally a Dialga in every single team as people started finishing making theirs. So it's definitely a much more condensed meta, and like Matt said, it's a lot less on team building, a lot more on mechanics, because once you have your 3-4 Pokemon ready to go, there's not really much variety in team building. Everybody has their Dialga, their Melmetal, and then one other Pokemon.
Yeah, absolutely.
For the most part.
Yeah. Master League was the league where I hit rank 10. And in the end, I just had this like sort of algorithm in my head. Like once you see this, you just do this, and then you follow the pattern every single game. And then after a while, you just get to know every single game you play. And once you see a lead, you can almost predict the 2 in the back already. And then it's just up to the one who plays the matchup better. So.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I felt a lot better when with the Ancient Power nerf, right? So then
that too,
like Giratina Altered and Togekiss, like you didn't feel so scared that matchup. You're like, oh, do I have enough shields to actually win this matchup? You're like, okay, this is gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay for us. So I think that was really good. And what do you guys think of the 100 battle 20 set day? Did you guys do 100 battles?
Yeah, sure. it was a grind, but yeah, I did. It was a lot of fun.
I didn't get quite that close, but it was fun.
I think I was ready at like 8 o'clock in the morning or something, and then I saved a few for Merrill Day.
I started early because I wanted to make sure I did the entire shiny Merrill part. So I had done like 60 of my battles by noon. So it wasn't that hard, but it was definitely tough to get through 100 battles, and it was fun how like the meta almost shifted throughout the day. Like I was seeing different Pokemon in my last 50 than it was in my first 50. So it was pretty interesting.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I made a mistake on Merrill Day. I actually did want to get a shiny Merrill, but I didn't want to do too many sets, so I left it to the last hour. And then I went like 1-4 in my first 2 sets. Then I realized I need to actually start winning to collect some of the encounters. So then I think I went 4-1, but only 2 of them counted because they spilled over until the 2 o'clock time period. So I didn't get one. But I think it was a really fun day. I like how they. I think it was a fun option. Like unfortunately, the servers were terrible in Europe and in a few other places. But I think they could. I think it's something that I would hope that they do every season, and I hope that there's.
I'm European, and so I did all my battles before the actual Merrill event, and then they announced like there were problems, so we got a new Merrill Day. So I was pretty happy with that.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. So unfortunately, it was bad in Europe, but I do think that they'll hopefully they do more in the future, and I think it because it like involves like in that case a pretty rare shiny. If it involved like a new shiny, like Shieldon or something else, I think it would be a pretty fun event for a lot of people to participate in. But it is a grind to do 100 battles a day. Sometimes, some days I hope that sometimes I hope that there's more sets, but some days I'm thankful that there's only like 5 sets a day.
Yeah.
Or else I would be battling. If it was like unlimited, I would be battling like almost nonstop.
100 sets is good, like an event like once a month. It's not every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You kind of get it over with, but
so it has to be a PvP shiny.
Yeah. PvP shinies are also really nice. So it's really good intersection. People really like that shiny in general, and then it's really good in PvP. So that's always a fun one. So I think, and then what do you think of them releasing the leaderboard? Did it change your perspective? Did you feel like people got more serious about their rating, all that stuff, or do you think people were not as serious about it? Or did
I did. One before the leaderboard, I was just messing around with like silly lines and masters. I was trying to do like off meta lines, and from when Ultra League ended to when the leaderboard dropped, I would drop from like 3,100 to like 2,800 ELO, just doing weird things, and then I really had to like just grind it back up to get it on the leaderboard again. So it definitely made me want to try harder.
Yeah, I definitely saw a big jump in people pushing to hit rank 10 and things, and I think there was a really good feeling in seeing the leaderboards come out and then seeing a bunch of people that we all know.
Right,
that's really fun.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And it also showed you like when the leaderboard initially came out, how few rank 10s there were.
Yeah.
Right? So hopefully that gave some people some peace of mind. Obviously, not everyone, but like you saw the leaderboard, like I think right now the top 500 is over 3,000, but before I think it was like you could be like 2950 or something like that, and make the top 500. So it shows you like that they and maybe a controversial statement. I kind of like that they made it a little bit more difficult, arguably too difficult, but I do like that they made it a little bit more difficult because like I remember when I got out of rank 7, I just like did my sets and was already rank 10. It's like, okay, no big deal.
Right. No, I agree.
Don't need to scale
it's
off.
harder now, which is good.
And like I didn't even know who was the first person to hit rank 10 in the world. It wasn't like a big celebration. You didn't understand like how difficult it is. They could make it a tad little easier because I think it's like a very small percentage, but I think the scaling of it, you just don't get to rank 10.
It's a grind there, which is nice.
They'll probably have to find a balance after a while. And
yeah. Arguably,
I think both ways.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And then I think it felt like an achievement, and it's something for people to grind towards. So I think like leaderboard, all the changes I think that were pretty interesting, and the encounters and all that stuff was. I think they did a really good job, and as well them removing the walking and all that stuff were really good changes that they made by Niantic. So I think that was really good. So I think season 1, pretty solid. Obviously, there was a few weeks where the lag was absolutely terrible.
Yeah,
it still can be bad, but I don't think it's as bad as it was like in Ultra League, for example.
Yeah,
like there were some days it was really bad, but it still could be a lot better.
Yeah,
but,
for sure.
I think overall
they've been improving, which is nice.
Yeah, they're slowly but surely improving. Okay, so let's talk about season 2. I think the first thing to note about season 2 is that the timelines are much longer. So we know in season 1, Great League was 2 weeks, Ultra League was 2 weeks, Masters was 2 weeks, and then we have this 1 week of like all the leagues. So in this case, like Great League is over 3 weeks. Are they all just over 3 weeks?
No.
Only
Great League's the longest.
Great League. Okay. So what do you think of the Great League being the longest?
I mean, I think it's no surprise that everyone's favorite league is Great League. For the most part, I mean, not everyone, but it's the most popular league. So I think it makes sense. And I think it just goes in order of how popular the leagues are, because Master League's only 2 weeks. It's by far the shortest. I think Great League is 24 days, Ultra is 21, and then Masters 14. So
interesting. Okay.
so I think that makes sense. I mean, and I also think Ultra it makes sense that the least diverse league is the shortest. Like everyone was saying, Master League. I mean, it'll get better now, but it's still the least diverse league, and so
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
think
It's also a
Niantic
very
should-
expensive league for people
True.
with less Stardust. So
Yeah.
now they have had to sit and wait Master League out. So making it shorter makes sense. Even though it's playable, it's not playable for everyone. So
And I'd imagine Niantic realized through their numbers that there was least participation in Master League, and so they wanted to shorten it to get more people playing.
Yeah,
I
no,
guess.
absolutely. I actually think that I think Master League is it's the most expensive, but I think it's the easiest for new players to play in.
Yeah.
Right, because like you there's like one less thing to worry about, which is like what random Pokemon is going to come out and how do I play against it, right? Like,
Right.
Because you can run into all sorts of random stuff in Great and in Ultra League, but in Masters you obviously know the particular set of Pokemon that you're going to come out, and if they come out with like a really spicy Pokemon, it's probably going to still lose if it's even if it's super effective, right? So it's like. So that's it makes it a little bit easier from a mechanics play the only thing you have to worry about is the mechanics and not so much the
Right.
random Pokemon and typing and moves that it may or may not have. So I think the longer season is going to be interesting. Someone noted that the longer season is partly because of the higher requirements to reach each of the levels, each of the rankings. What do are there any particular targets that you're hoping that they're hoping to adjust for to reach each of the ranks, or do you think what they have is sufficient, or what do you think?
I felt like it was okay. Didn't I feel like the first like rank 1 to 8 is like super fast, and then it's really slow. So maybe the first could be guaranteed but slower. I don't know. But then you get the good players being stuck in the lower ranks, and you don't want that, I think.
Yeah.
Well, I think that the reason they did that is they don't want people stuck at like level 3 forever. Even they want like newer players and players who might not be amazing to at least still be able to advance and like hit rank 6, 7, 8, and then they want like amazing players to be able to make that last jump. So I think it makes sense that getting from 1 to 8 is pretty easy, and then getting from 8 to 10 is the grind. Because otherwise you'd have people getting discouraged, getting stuck at rank 4, which you don't really want. At least now even new players can get to rank 8 pretty easily and get some sense of accomplishment, and then improve their game to get to rank 10.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I do think the more battles will hopefully, because I think maybe this is early on, but I think we saw like a pretty huge discrepancy of like what people, maybe not as big as in preseason, but in even in season 1, like a pretty big discrepancy of like what your initial rating was coming out of rank 7.
Yeah,
like I know some people were like 2600. I actually talking to one of my friends, and his initial rating came out like 2600 something, but he really plays more like a 2200, 2100,
right.
And so he's like been like just slowly regressing downwards and whatnot. And I
came out of rank 7 at 2750.
Oh, 2750. Wow. Okay.
I don't know why, but yeah.
But I think there was like this thing where you could do between the 2 seasons, you could do a battle or something.
Yeah, so I think if you did battles before, like at the very beginning when they initially dropped Go Battle League, then I think we found that people's ratings were higher, because I dropped like I think I'd like still like a 90 something % win rate coming out of rank 7. I was like 2000.
Yeah.
2000
I was
rating?
1800 or something.
Oh my gosh, Jesus.
I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I don't know. I was going over it with friends. We were comparing win rates and everything, and it didn't seem to be any rhyme or reason to it.
Yeah.
Because I had some people who they did that preseason game like right before it changed, and it hurt their ELO. Like I had some person who did a battle in the very, very beginning, who ended up at like 1600. And so they were saying, that if you did that, it would hurt your I don't know. There didn't seem to be any consistency to it.
Yeah, yeah. So I think more battles will have the initial rating hopefully be a little bit more accurate, because it was kind of all over the place over the course of a season, especially over like the course of 2 months. You're eventually going to regress to the rating, or progress in some people's cases, right? To the rating that that meets your skill level. But I think it was pretty interesting. So hopefully we'll see, and I think the longer season should be pretty interesting. Someone did ask someone asked, what do you guys think about GBL doing what self does, registering 6, predicting 6? What do you think the challenges are? I think we're all largely in favor of that kind of format, but what do you think?
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Some of the challenges might be
just pace of gameplay. If you have to show a 6 when you go into GBL, it'll make it take longer, obviously.
What do you think is the appropriate amount? Because like right now, like to do like all 5 sets, what takes like a decent amount of time, like over 2 hours?
I think when you go into GBL and you get an opponent and you see their 6, you should have a minute to lock in your team.
Okay, minute to pick the 3 Pokemon.
Yeah, I think that's enough. I mean, any longer than that, it'll be too cumbersome, I think.
Yeah. So then you're really like, over a course of like your set of 5, you're adding like 25 minutes of waiting time, which might still be reasonable. I do think that they need to balance. Like it can't be too long, that like you feel like you're spending so much time doing a battle, right? Because I watch a lot of like VGC, for example. I can imagine like if those guys were like trying to do like 100 battles, like their waiting time is pretty significant. Or like trying to do the 100 battles is pretty.
There has to be there has to be a balance. Like I know, even using Sylph as an example, a lot of people will like see their opponent's team of 6 and spend 3 or 4 minutes thinking you have a team. Obviously, if you do that 25, that would take hours. But I still think even just like a brief snapshot of like seeing a 6, just to know it doesn't hard counter your team, even 30, 45 seconds to see a 6, pick a team, I think would be an improvement.
Yeah.
An idea I've seen floated that I like is having bring 6, pick 3 as a separate format. So keep Go Battle League blind, and then this will be a special tournament event or something.
Yeah.
Event, yeah.
Go and see Battle League.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I would prefer the show 6. But I think that's a very unpopular opinion.
No. I think there's some people that find it more exciting, right?
The thing I like about Go Battle League is that you can just throw something and you almost have like an immediate feedback about what you just did, and it takes so little time to do battles that I feel like that's kind of part of the strength of Go Battle League. You can just do like, I'll just do a battle and then be done with it.
Yeah, for sure. You just like go in and be like, no, for sure. I think the pace of play is very important for Go Battle League, and it has to appeal to like a wide range of players that are very competitive, like to analyze people's teams and discover the right lineups or bait them into a certain gameplay, but also for people that just want to do battle, right? Like it'd be a little bit more difficult to like roll out your bed and be like, okay, I'm just gonna do some battles. Like if you have to like analyze and think about like the counters and whatnot. But I think separately is very interesting. I think I think that would be pretty cool for sure. Okay, let's
and
talk.
They are showing that they're willing to do it with the Premier League. So
yeah, no, absolutely. A lot of people were saying like, oh, they're never gonna make any changes, whatnot. But like, it's just in season 1, right? So I think like in future seasons, they're open towards it. So I think which is really great. So let's talk about the Premier Cup.
So, I think it's really interesting. I think people have been begging for a Master League without legendaries for a while, and I think it's really exciting to have a Master League without Dialga, Giratina every game, or Melmetal. I think it'll be you'll see a lot more diversity. You'll see a lot more Pokemon that just didn't really match up with the legendary meta, because Master League is an incredibly legendary centric meta. So I'm really excited to see how the Master League meta shapes up without those Pokemon in it.
I feel like it will turn out to be like the same condensed meta, but then just non-legendary. I might be wrong, but I feel like certain Pokemon will still be very overpowered, like Dragonite Togekiss, and then it will be like the same core, like 2 Pokemon and a third. But I'm interesting to see how it will play out.
I think that's possible. As a sneak peek, my current top 5 or so for Premier Cup are Togekiss, Dragonite, Metagross, Garchomp, and Shadow Gardevoir.
Ooh, Shadow Gardevoir. Interesting. I do think Metagross is quite strong for the Premier Cup.
Yeah, Metagross in a league without Giratina and Kyogre is incredibly strong.
Yeah, and I do think like that because obviously, well, I guess the Metagross is like probably the main counter to Togekiss.
Mm-hmm. And Dragonite, honestly.
And Dragonite as well. So, and then I guess Garchomp would be the main one for Metagross or Swampert or
honestly, Garchomp isn't really a hard Metagross counter, assuming that you're running Sandtomb, which most people are, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
It doesn't it doesn't beat it very, very, very hard.
So I was thinking about Metagross. Do you need Earthquake besides the mirror?
That's a good question.
Without Dialga and Melmetal, maybe not. Honestly, what?
And I was thinking about like
Psychic maybe.
Psychic Meteor Mash is a consideration, as well. I was thinking about like Metagross counters because Metagross stuck out to me so much. Like, how about like Charizard?
You need to. I mean, you need to have some. The fire meta is so weak, but without the ghosts and without the Kyogre, that you need harder Metagross counters. I mean, Swampert's there, but beyond Swampert, I think you're going to need Charizard, maybe Moltres.
Does Moltres
is legendary, right? Never mind. So
does Charizard must be Togekiss, or is the stat spread to?
I don't know. That's a good question.
No idea.
I would hope it does, right? I think it's an interesting.
I think the problem is if you go that far down in the meta, then you run into things that just get shredded by Dragonite or.
Dragonite is as a dragon type. Dragon Flying is like a very anti-meta destroyer. So
yeah, you might see more ice Pokemon like Piloswine.
Electivire is kind of interesting.
Okay, and then even like how about like Pokemon like Magnezone?
Yeah.
Does it have any play with Wild Charge? I'm sure it beats Togekiss. It probably has some really good play against Dragonite. I guess non-Earthquake variant Metagross. It probably has some decent play. So I think there's.
That's a good point.
Yeah, its typing is very interesting. So I think like even though it'll probably be going down to like in Masters right now, there's probably like 8 Pokemon that are like somewhat viable. In the Premier Cup, it'll probably be like 8 Pokemon as well, but equally still be like 8 different Pokemon. So
yeah,
only like a couple overlap with Masters.
New things to Max.
Yeah. New things to Max or Pokemon that you've might have previously used, and that might be interesting. Which one are you guys going to be playing? Are you guys going to be mixing it up, or are you going to be playing mostly Masters, mostly Premier Cup?
I think I'd probably be playing mostly Premier Cup. I got so bored of the Dialga on every single team meta in Master that I'm like, even if it ends up still being condensed with a dragon, I definitely think I want to mix it up a bit. I have the Melmetal Dialga matchup so ingrained in my brain after playing it 7,000 times. I just want to break that.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I'll probably play like a bit of Masters until I get like sick of like how Groudon and Palkia are integrated.
Oh, that's true. I do actually want to play it a little bit more with those 2 Pokemon. So that's a good point.
But I'm really excited about using these other Pokemon because I think there's a lot of really strong Pokemon that are not legendaries or mythicals. Right. I'm hoping that in the future that they actually ban pseudo legendaries. So they ban like Dragonite, Metagross. Because I think like even like the starters such as Shine or Gallade, or a number of different really strong Pokemon will come to the forefront.
Yeah. What do you think about if it really is a Dragonite Togekiss meta? What do you think about Bullet Punch Lucario?
Ooh.
Oh, so the thing is, I think well, I guess for Togekiss it's a little bit different.
A Shadow Ball for Metagross.
Oh yeah, that's interesting. Because there's not a lot of steel types, right?
Right.
I guess the only you would only want counter really for, I guess for like neutral matchups and for like Snorlax.
Yeah.
But Bullet
But even
Punch-
still, if you ran Bullet Punch, Close Combat, Shadow Ball, you still have that Close Combat for Snorlax.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Do you flip the Togekiss matchup? I don't think so.
I'd
right?
imagine.
And Bullet Punch still gets
Absolutely
clowned
won't.
on by Togekiss.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's just
yeah.
so squishy.
Unfortunately, steel moves kind of suck.
Yeah. I know the Bullet Punch is not bad. Bullet Punch is a poison jab.
It is a poison jab clone, yeah. But that's like the best. But when you compare it to like counter or whatnot,
It's just, I think the problem is just that Lucario is still pretty classy.
yeah.
The fighting type, it doesn't resist.
Taking neutral is already too much.
Yeah, taking neutral from Charm is too much damage from Charm.
Yeah. Are there any? There's probably not that many. Are there any unreleased Pokemon? That would have some play in Premier Cup.
Good question.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know.
Something for the chat to ponder or to
Help
think
us.
about. What do you think of Haxorus? I think Haxorus is obviously Haxorus is available now. I actually don't even have the unevolved form. I do, or whatever it's called.
I don't either.
I don't
I've
even
heard
know.
it exists.
I don't even know where it is. I think I was in Mexico, and Swagron's like, oh, one of my most favorite Master League Pokemon is Haxorus. I was like, where the heck did you even get one? And then get a good enough one that you want to max out and double move, right? But I do think like that Pokemon is it's both like good and bad that because it has access to counter, Dragon Claw, Night Slash.
Right.
The fact that there's less steals hurts it because like counter is now no longer as good, right?
Yeah.
Because like you're not hitting super effective against it. But it's also better because like there's not as many Dragon Breath users in Premier Cup.
Yeah. That's a good point. That's a very good point, actually.
I don't know what its role is.
Well, that's what we practice for. Find things, the role for things.
Yeah.
Having a dragon with a fighting move. It's like we didn't get Dragonite superpower, so we get Haxorus
Yeah,
counter.
yeah, exactly. So, hopefully it'll be interesting. I'm really hoping that they do this style cup for Ultra League because I think that's like one of my most favorite metas when I was looking at it. I think there's a lot of really viable picks and what do you think of other potential formats that they could do in the future?
I mean, they could. It's pretty easy when Sylph has given us a roadmap. They could do leagues with certain type restrictions, things like that. Pretty much. I think it'd be pretty cool to just go through different kinds of restrictions in each league. Like this one, we have no legendary, no mythicals. Maybe we do Ultra League with a type restriction in season 3, and then we do Great League with some other kind of restriction in season 4. So I definitely think they opened the door for a lot of interesting formats. I don't think they'll ever get as condensed and as formatted as Sylph is. They'll probably just be more general restrictions, but I do think that it's a step in the right direction.
Yeah,
I think they will more work with bans more than typings, because obviously they have to keep the picks open for everyone, so they cannot go into Sylph kind of metas where you sometimes have to make 6 new Pokemon.
Right.
Will be more like adapting to certain bans.
Yeah,
I think.
Well, I think they'll always run the leagues parallel. Like
Yeah.
I think they'll always have great Ultra Masters wide open, to allow people to always feel like they have a play. They didn't max out. Like imagine they replace Master League with Premier Cup, completely. Like,
Yeah.
so, oh man, Twitter would blow up. People would be so pissed.
Yeah,
so
sure.
I think they did a, they did I think they'll always run it in parallel so people don't feel like that they've wasted their investment, but at least appeal to some of the hardcore players that want a mix up. So I think like I would love to see in each meta. I feel like I get sick of seeing some Pokemon. I'm so sick of seeing Azumarill and Registeel in Great League. So sick of seeing Registeel and Giratina Altered in Ultra, right? So it's always it'd be nice to see a mix up and give people the option, right? Like if they want to continue doing the regular leagues, I think that's good as well. Could be a lot of fun for them, but give it some other ones as well. Someone's saying Arcanine has some pretty good moves, has Wild Charge, right?
It'll always be bad though.
it has
You can
Crunch.
make Arcanine good, and it's so bad.
Does it beat
Okay,
Metagross?
yes, that's-
Does it beat Metagross?
I don't know, probably, barely. What do you run on it? Snarl, Wild Charge,
And the Crunch
Crunch. Yeah.
or Flamethrower? I don't know. Yeah.
It's just so bad.
I don't think the stats carry the movesets.
You know what? Like before the first stat rechange, Arcanine had one of the best stat spreads in the game. You guys, I'm not sure you guys remember that, but like way back
Yeah, I
when
do.
it had like really amazing stats. Then they like had to go and rebalance everything, and then they made
You mean in Go or in the main games?
in Go.
Mm.
In Go.
I remember the CP was pretty high, and then you got nerfed and was bummed because I just made Arcanine.
Yeah, it got nerfed a lot. It got nerfed a lot. Like it was like, I think it was like top 5 in CP back then. Obviously, CP is only one indication, but obviously it resulted in a pretty big nerf.
Arcanine can beat Metagross, but it's not clean. If Metagross baits, I think it's half a turn away from an Earthquake. So it's definitely not a clean win. It does win the one shield though, so that's something.
Yeah, but for a fire type to lose the Metagross matchup is like
Yeah.
Earthquake's really good coverage.
It barely wins the only matchup that you want it for.
Yeah. It probably beats Togekiss. It probably beats Togekiss. But
Yeah, actually, let's check.
with Wild Charge.
Snarl. It's like it's doing nothing with the fast moves.
Okay, Jiggly Daddy's asking you, Matt. I need to know how good Triple Legacy Seeking is now. Should I run it in my weighted Voyager Cup tonight?
Oh my god. Well, I don't believe the move changes have been implemented yet.
It's a very polite way of Matt saying no.
No, don't do it yet. But in the future,
Yeah.
yes.
King, Togekiss still wins the 2 shield.
No. Charm's so
It just doesn't get to a third move. It just doesn't.
Charm is so oppressive, right? So
Even
so-
even resisted, Arcanine is not bulky enough.
Yeah, someone's asking about Mamoswine. Alina is asking about Mamoswine.
Yeah, Mamoswine's very good. I thought I said Palkia, I meant Mamoswine. In a Dragonite Togekiss meta, Mamoswine's gonna be really good.
Yeah, Dragonite, Togekiss. It still has the Bulldoze. It still probably loses to Metagross, but has Bulldoze to at least.
Yeah, it definitely loses
so-
to Metagross with the super effective.
Beats Garchomp, right? That's pretty good. Being 3
Yeah.
of the top 5 Pokemon.
Yeah.
Is pretty solid, and then it's pretty spammy, so it might do decent against Shadow Gardevoir. So probably still gets charmed down, but
Yeah,
able
I'm
to-
pretty sure everything gets charmed down.
yeah, everything gets charmed down in this meta.
Unless it's legendary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, Metagross is so important to be honest.
Oh, someone says I believe Darmanitan will beat Togekiss and Metagross. Maybe the Zen form,
Yeah,
but probably not the regular form.
Did they ever mention the other form, like on Go?
No, I haven't seen any news
It's
about
in
it.
the files, but
um,
not really.
something else that'll beat Metagross is Bite Tyranitar.
So I was thinking about Tyranitar, but it would be pretty close, wouldn't it? Like it probably wins in the 2 shield, but like
I think I think you need a double shield just because well, I don't know. I think it's close because I know with Rhyperior, you're like half a turn away from the second Meteor Mash, and Bite's the same damage, but I think Tyranitar has a higher attack stat.
yeah, Tyranitar has quite a higher attack.
I think it might win the 1 shield too, but I'm not just biting it down.
But Metagross, I'm pretty sure Tyranitar is squishier. Let's see here. So Tyranitar does win the 1 in the 2 shield.
Right. Yeah, because it just bites it down.
Just bites it down. Yeah. Biting it down is probably the best strategy against it.
Although you would need Smackdown for Dragonite though, so it's a give and take.
You also need Smackdown for Togekiss because I think it's like a tie with Togekiss.
Yes, no, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's like I think Togekiss wins it either way by like 1 turn, but it's very close.
Yeah. So, in the 1 shield, it's a tie, but
I think it'll depend on team comp. But I definitely think that in a Dialga-less meta, Tyranitar will have play. I think it depends on your team comp, whether you need help with Togekiss or Metagross, or because if we're assuming that the meta is going to be Dragonite, Togekiss, and Metagross, the fact that it can have win conditions against all 3 of those, depending on the moveset, I think it has play. There's no Kyogre to worry about. There's no Dialga to worry about. So I think it'll have some interesting matchups.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Someone's asking about Weavile. Weavile loses pretty badly to Metagross.
Weavile's so bad. It's just I want it to be good because its moveset's amazing. I love Snarl, Avalanche, and Focus Blast. It's just so good. But it's one of the glassiest Pokemon in the game, and it's just I tried to make it work. I maxed one, I double moved it. I have a max double move shiny that I tried to make work, and it's just you look at it and it faints.
Yeah. Someone said any fighters at all? Probably not. I think like to compete in this this cup, you need to beat like 2 of the 3 or be 1 of the 3 in every like anti-meta.
And the most relevant steel type will also be psychic type. So
right.
Yeah.
Literally the only relevance fighters had was Dialga, and in the Dialga-less meta, there's just no play.
Yeah.
And Melmetal.
And Melmetal, right? Yeah, Dialga and Melmetal.
Unless Shadow Snorlax becomes really relevant, or like normal Snorlax becomes really relevant.
Even then, the fighters are so glassy that Snorlax doesn't do terribly.
Yeah.
The body slams that up.
No, that's true.
Looking in the updated team builder, you really have to scrape the bottom of the barrel to break Togekiss and Metagross.
Yeah.
Somebody's mentioning Firefang Arcanine instead of Snarl.
Firefang, okay.
Instead of...
Yeah, some
almost
options
definitely
are like
lose to Togekiss to Firefang.
Typhlosion,
you think
Gengar, Arcanine.
Oh,
Charizard.
Oh, does Gengar beat Togekiss?
Apparently.
Sludge
Bomb.
Oh, that's interesting, right?
All right, so Sludge. Yeah, no, that makes sense actually.
It resists. Yeah.
Without Dialga and
it loses the 2 shield.
You don't need Focus Blast.
Oh, that's really interesting, actually.
I like that a lot, actually.
That's really interesting.
You'd still lose to Dragonite, but you'd have to shield pressure because they'd have to shield the Shadow Balls.
Oh man, you get absolutely annihilated by Dragonite. That's really bad.
You'd at least burn a shield though, right?
Okay, so it gets to Dragon Claw first.
Oh right. Oh damn. Okay.
And the Dragon Claw faints you. It's crazy.
Okay, yeah.
That's yeah. Actually, I probably should be showing this. The Dragon Claw KOs you and you get to beforehand. It has no bait move. That's the problem.
Right. That's always been the problem with Gengar.
But Gengar, it's viable just because it can beat Togekiss and Metagross. Oh man. Again, it doesn't win the 2 shields because it just takes too much fast move damage.
That's insane. It just gets bullet punched down.
Yeah. But I think it might be a pretty interesting energy advantage shields down type of play.
Yeah.
Type of thing, right? So
it'd also be a good switch in because if you switch it in, even a Dragonite, if you get the 2 Shadow Claw lead, you get to the
for sure. A Dragonite gets
like if you give it a 2 Shadow Claw lead and see if it gets to the move.
Okay, so it does get to it, but it doesn't do enough. But it does a lot.
Oh no,
it does a lot, right?
Okay, you know what? Let's help it out. Best buddy. Best buddy. It's gonna go for the KO. No, it doesn't.
Oh man, we should all work on our best buddy Dragonite now.
But still, if that's the worst matchup, that's not that bad, you know?
That's not that bad. That's not that bad.
Yeah.
I think it's actually really interesting.
Yeah.
Really interesting. So, thank you.
I also like the Typhlosion idea.
Typhlosion? Yeah, Typhlosion could be interesting.
It would still lose to Dragonite, but again, like Matt said, you kind of have to scrape the bottom of the barrel to beat the Metagross to weakest score. So really, you can't beat Dragonite too, but as long as you survive Dragonite a little bit, you know, I think that's a good place to be.
Nice.
Yeah, no, I think that's quite nice.
It wins every shield condition against Togekiss, which is nice.
Which is nice, yeah. And then Metagross, obviously, so let's worry about the...
Oh yeah, you win every shield condition pretty easily.
Yeah.
Good find.
I do. Let's see. I think Charizard's really interesting as long as there's no Psychic on it, which I think people will still run Earthquake because of the mirror. Let's see actually if he beats Togekiss.
I think probably.
Oh, it loses to 0. Oh, that's fine. That's
just because of Ancient Power, but
because of Ancient Power.
Yeah.
Because then you could you could probably like leave this matchup, with energy or something like that.
I agree.
And then
just give it one shield and then
just one shield and then leave with 70 energy. You have 2 Dragon Claws.
Yeah.
For Dragonite.
Yeah.
Dragonite would still obliterate you, but at least you're putting some
or a
pressure.
Blastburn for Melmetal.
And you the 2
Metagross.
yeah, and then you have 2 Dragon Claws, which take out 2/3 of the health of Dragonite.
Right.
I think that's playable.
Yeah.
That's playable. Just shield once and then just land it and farm down.
The problem again is that you start seeing more Swampert at that point.
Yeah. The Swampert's
Swampert is such an overpowered Pokemon, you know, with Kyogre gone, with Giratina gone, it pretty dominantly beats Metagross.
Yeah.
And it does okay against Togekiss. It loses the 1 shield, but like if you give it energy, you know, Swampert's one of those things where you give it a 2 much out advantage and it flips so many matchups.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, can you running the 0 against 1?
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. No, I was running it before because I was
right for the other one, yeah. But like that's not bad. And then if you give it energy, you know, if it lands 1 more Hydro Cannon, like it'd be a pretty good switch in. I'd probably run it with Sludge Wave just for the Dragonite matchup.
Yeah, what do you
don't need Earthquake for Metagross.
For the Dragonite matchup, but it also allows you to win the 0 versus Togekiss.
Right.
If you get energy advantage, do you win with straight Hydro Cannon? On the...
Yeah, like, let's just give it like try 18 and then try 27 and let's see what happens.
Okay, 27 it wins.
Yeah, it flips.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Swampert can flip a lot of matchups in the meta if you give it even just a little bit of energy, you know. If you lose the lead, switch it in, there's not a lot that can comfortably beat it.
Yeah, so but it needs 3
to win the 1 shield, right? That makes sense to me, yeah. Because you need to land 2 of them, and it takes a while to do that. But,
yeah, and then as well, you need to not take 12 damage.
Right, but it's pretty cool that it reliably beats Metagross and all the Metagross counters. You know, like Typhlosion, Charge, everything that we're talking about becoming meta to beat Metagross loses to Swampert. So like a Metagross Swampert core might work pretty well.
So someone's saying, how about Melodic? I don't know if it has very much play.
It's just so hard to compare with Swampert with water damage.
Yeah.
A little bit tankier, I think, but it's not. Hydro Cannon is so good.
Yeah, it puts up a.
I feel like Milotic is just a bad Kyogre.
Yeah, but that's Premier Cup, right? So.
Yeah.
It has okay stats.
It would win the head-to-head against Swampert. That's something.
Yeah. No, I think that's definitely a consideration. It beats Metagross, obviously. It's very close. It's very close in the. Really close, but you leave with a Surf.
To barely beat Metagross is kind of a problem. You need your water Pokemon to really beat Metagross.
It leaves with a Surf though. That's not the worst.
Okay. Empoleon.
Ooh.
And
I like that pick.
it'll beat Metagross. It'll do a much better job against Togekiss and Dragonite.
So it actually loses to Metagross in the 0 because of Earthquake, right? And then loses to the 1 if it gets
Or
baited.
shields.
No, it only loses in the 1 if you bait, right?
If you get baited, yeah. Let's see actually. If you actually get there. No, okay, so you're right. Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
It's close though.
Even
They're
it's
one. They're like one bullet punch.
Togekiss though.
Togekiss matchup.
Yeah.
It must destroy Togekiss, right?
I'm thinking. Yeah, it's gotta.
Yeah. Lisa,
Nice.
you probably could farm down. Let's see. Oh no.
Oh.
Yeah.
Rip.
Okay, no, it doesn't get to it. Like the waterfalls KO before it's actually able to. Oh, this includes it getting the boost.
Ah.
Okay. Don't give it the boost. Okay, let's see. I'm doing this wrong. Okay, yeah, it does. Okay, so you can't farm it down. Okay.
What about Dragonite? Because Dragonite can't hit it for anything that's neutral. I mean, they're both throwing resisted moves, but what if you ran Hydro Cannon and Blizzard, and do you get to anything in Dragonite? Do you get to a Blizzard?
You win the 0 shield.
Yeah, there you go.
That's something. See, let's just check Flash
Barely.
Cannon.
Okay.
No, okay, yeah, you
Red
need
Flash,
Blizzard. Yeah, you need Blizzard.
Strike, Flash Cannon.
Yeah, it doesn't allow you to win any matchup. Besides
Alright.
2-1, so.
But still, I mean, it has at least some interesting conditions against that meta.
The stat spread is just insanely different.
Yeah, it's not a good bet for it.
You know, it has pretty decent matchups against Dragonite, Togekiss, and Metagross is Shadow Snorlax.
That's why I was thinking Shadow Snorlax is very dangerous.
Yep.
It beats so many things, but it loses in this matchup. But you're
I don't want Shadow Snorlax to be meta.
Yeah. Okay, so if it can land this body slam, it would win. It's like at the body slam, but it loses CMP to it, and then Togekiss. Beats up Togekiss pretty badly, except for the 2 shield, obviously, and then Metagross. I do think Snorlax is definitely gonna have some relevancy because a lot of people have it, and then it beats but loses the 0 shield.
Would be something safe, probably, like safe swap.
Yeah, I think it's a really good safe swap, especially if it gets a lick advantage, and then they swap in Dragonite.
As you said, it was a CMP tie, so.
Yeah. So I think even probably regular Snorlax might do okay as a safe swap. Yeah, probably still does okay as a safe. I guess the body slam does still KO, but it's a decent safe swap for sure.
What about? I mean, I know this again. We're getting kind of towards the bottom of the barrel, but what about Lapras?
Oh, Lapras. Okay.
It would pretty reliably wreck Dragonite. It doesn't take super effective from Metagross. I mean, it would still probably lose that one, but I think Ice Shard Lapras would probably beat Togekiss and Dragonite, and it'd do okay against Metagross.
It wins straight surf here. It
Yeah,
doesn't even
which-
throw Ice Beam.
Yeah, right. Against Dragonite, yeah, I'd imagine.
Yeah, but Lisa's like, it could probably just Ice Shard here, actually.
I think a key to this meta might just be an Ice Pokemon plus a Metagross counter, because you can pretty reliably beat the Dragonite Togekiss core with Ice, and then just need to worry about Metagross.
Yeah, Metagross is.
Metagross is going to beat it pretty badly, but at least if you just don't play, like, let's say you farm down a Togekiss and you have double surf or something. I mean, it's not a hard loss. How much does each surf do?
Each surf does 38, so it does like a quarter, less than a quarter.
Okay. So yeah, like if you like you're able to farm down a Togekiss, double serve, get half a Metagross, and then get out of there, it's not the end of the world. Like not like Glaceon that gets totally walled.
Yeah, Glaceon gets totally walled.
What if you ran like a Lapras Typhlosion core?
That sounds spicy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lapras Typhlosion. Yeah. Because it would reliably beat Metagross and the rest of the core. I do think that trio is going to be really popular.
We need a premier team builder.
Lapras,
We do,
Typhlosion,
it's
and then
getting
some sort
there.
of like
It's getting
He's
flex
getting
that
there.
you
He's
can swap
getting there.
into Dragonite, like Rhyperior or something.
Hmm?
Lapras, Typhlosion, and then some like more flex option that does okay against all three, like I don't know, Rhyperior maybe,
Yeah. Or I think like
or Snorlax.
Snorlax, Swampert, or something.
Yeah.
Snorlax. I think Snorlax would be a really
Yep.
good round of.
But, like even still, like we're talking about this now, I think there's gonna be some fun team building when it comes,
Yeah. I think there's gonna be a lot of because now I think the big thing about Masters, the reason why the meta is so condensed is that these Pokemon have such extraordinary stats
Yeah.
that they can just like beat their counters, right?
Yeah.
Like Dialga beats Machamp in the Zero Shield. Makes zero
Right.
sense, right?
Like it's impossible to get to do anything to Kyogre's stat spread.
Yeah.
Even like again, like you're saying, I think Raikou loses some shield conditions against Kyogre just because it gets waterfall down.
Yeah, it just gets straight up waterfall.
No,
down.
Magnezone too. It just gets waterfall down. So I mean, I think I agree. Kyogre, Groudon, Dialga, Lugia, their stat spread is just too broken.
Is there any play for Alakazam?
Alakazam.
Oh, Alakazam.
I don't know for I don't know for what. I'm assuming the new Wild Charge will KO. Will KO the Metagross. So I think like Magnezone's well, we'll see when it releases the could be pretty interesting. Magnezone beats I'm assuming once the new Wild Charge comes through, right? We'll probably beat all three.
I'd be down to max a Magnezone if it's viable.
Yeah, I think I have one maxed actually, so that'd be fun.
Yeah, destroy.
No, would you run Mirror Shot just for the bait, or because it's pretty bad? You really need a bait for a Wild Charge? I would say Flash Cannon, to be honest.
Yeah, you probably don't need the bait.
Yeah.
Flash Cannon probably makes more sense. Or yeah, Flash Cannon probably makes the most sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or if you had Return coverage against against Swampert. Return a Swampert. That probably would hurt. That would probably hurt.
Be totally unexpected.
It takes out 2/3 of Swampert's health.
The thing is, if Magnecon becomes a thing, you're going to see more Rhyperior.
Yeah. So I think there's like
Excadrill.
or Excadrill, yeah.
Yeah, right.
So I think there's definitely a lot of like different. So Fire Fang Arcanine beats Togekiss, Metagross, most ice types. Other steals people might bring Walls, Togekiss, Dragon with. Don't be an Arcanine hater.
Who said that?
I'm not sure what that the 6/4 Dragon.
Wow.
Or TH364 Dragon. No, not Dragon. Ninja. Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. Dragon. I was reading the other text. Yeah, Ninja. My bad. Luxray, Spark, Wild Charge could be interesting. Not probably in Premier Cup. So I think there's a lot. I think it'll be a really interesting cup in 3 weeks. Is it 3 weeks? Because 2 weeks plus the extra week.
Yeah, right.
I feel like we already talked about every pick we'll ever see.
Yeah. So I think there's gonna be a lot of really interesting ones. So I'm looking forward to team building that one and seeing like all the different strategies that people come up with, like baiting out certain Pokemon or potentially farming down, like baiting out the Dragonite, getting the shield, farming down, and then putting a lot of damage onto the next Pokemon might be pretty interesting. And I'm sure there are people who think of some really cool strategies. So I'm pretty excited about that. So I'm really looking forward to that come. So season 2 should be interesting, and I'm sure season 3 will be even more interesting.
Yep.
Okay, so what do you think of the rewards for season 2?
You get the Pokemon reward faster, right? It's after the 3rd battle. I think that's what it said.
Libra is still 10.
Oh, where did it say that? Yeah. If you're currently. Where do you see the 3rd battle? Oh, it might be. It's right here. It's right here. Oh, there we go. Okay. Unlock requirement.
I think those are just like small changes. I don't think they're
those
gonna
are the big changes. Yeah, here's the.
I think
don't-
that
Yeah, go
go
ahead.
ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh, okay. I feel like putting the Pokemon on the third win is bad for me because I don't. When I play free battles, I do it for the items and not the encounter because I hate getting all the encounters and then wasting all my balls on legendary I like but I don't really need. And then when I want the Pokemon, I just throw a premium pass. And then now it's on the third win, so I'll probably never get rare candy
Yeah.
anymore. Which I
So
prefer.
doesn't look like there's legendaries anymore in the encounters.
Which is
Yeah.
Which I'm kind of mixed on, to be honest, because I think there
I
are some
didn't
people.
mind.
Because
Yeah, I didn't mind the legendaries, but
I
if
just
it would be every single game, would be a bit too much.
Yeah, or easier to catch. Because I think there are some people that that's like their only way to get legendaries right now.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
So until the friendship thing comes out, I don't think it's. Yeah, I think they should have just made like a rare encounter or something. I don't know, or an option. But yeah, that's a good point. Like when you want to get the encounter, you use the premium. Otherwise, for the free one, I actually didn't realize. Like someone's like, because for me, I always just use premium, right? I don't know why, to get more Stardust. And then someone's like, "Oh, GBL is a really good way to farm rare candy." I'm like, "What are you talking about? You have to go 5 for 5 to get any rare candies, right?" And then I think I was watching someone's video, and then they were doing the free track, and I'm like, "Wow, you can really farm a lot of rare candy this way." I was like, "Oh man, that's why I never have any rare candy from GBL." I go like 5 for 5 every like 50 sets, right? Something ridiculous. So,
yeah, I really like the rare candy.
yeah,
Me too.
I think it's a very good reward for. I think they did a really good job in terms of giving rewards for the free track, right? Like, it's just basically free rewards for battling. I think they did a really good job.
You get a fast TM now, elite fast TM.
Yep, it's fast instead of charge, which is nice.
Cool. Okay, yeah. So, some guaranteed counters will be different for season 2. So Stunfisk for rank 4, I think it's pretty decent because especially like Stunfisk is not a super common Pokemon, even when it was out in the wild more frequently. I think I only caught like 3 of them. So, and I have like quite a few spawns where I live. And then Rufflet at rank 8, I think is good. Especially like for a lot of people, they still don't have that, despite like doing a number of different encounters. Especially if you do like the basic track, you're probably not doing that many encounters. And I think even I like I pretty much always do the premium one, and I think I only have like 2 or 3 of them. So I think that's good for people that don't have
2
it.
and I feel very lucky.
Yeah. So I think that's good. And then Scraggly at 9. That's decent. Like if you've done preseason, then you should have a decent amount of them, but they're still good to have.
Right.
And then when you reach rank 10, you'll get a new avatar pose. So this is where I thought, in my opinion, that they should release new avatar pose for 10, and that they should have like bumped the Steven Stone one down.
Yeah, right. To like rank 8 or something.
Yeah, to rank 8 or something. I think that's how they should do it. Like every season, like release a new pose for rank 10. Because I don't mind that there's like one like non-meta breaking reward. In this case, it's just a pose, right?
Oh, is this even someone? Is that the mic drop one that we have right now?
The one with like the arm extended, like he's like commanding.
Yeah, the mic drop pose. Yeah, I love my new pose.
Yeah, it's quite nice, but I think that one they could have bumped down to rank 8. I think it would have made more sense, and then keep the new pose at rank 10, so people who reach rank 10 can have a flex and praise about their accomplishment and all that stuff, in which they should, because it's a very difficult accomplishment. But I do think that they should just cycle through that way rather than like store up all these poses at rank 10. It's like doesn't make too much sense to me, at least. And then
makes sense.
Season 2, at rank 7, you'll receive elite fast TM rather than elite charge TM. So what do you think of the Elite Fast TM as in contrast to the Elite Charge TM?
I think it's great. I think there are a lot of Pokemon that you want an Elite Fast TM for. I'm really excited for Thundershock Zapdos to be more prevalent.
Yeah,
and obviously Dugong.
Yeah,
I'm excited to TM the Shadow Zapdos that I don't have.
Yeah.
So I'll let you guys see that.
Non-Shadow Zapdos is still viable, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Zapdos, with Thundershock at Great League, especially Great League would be a lot more.
Yeah, it looks really good to be honest.
Yeah. And what else?
I think there's gonna be more use for Charge TM, but I think Fast TM, like you can also put Wing Attack on your Charizards now.
Yeah, and I guess if you have like a Shadow Tyranitar,
right?
Actually, no, Shadow Tyranitar, you can give it Smackdown now.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Besides that, there's not too many uses of.
Not too many, no. There's a handful, but
a handful of them. So not like.
I think it's like easier to use an item when there's less options.
Yeah. None of the. I guess before these event moves came out, the Elite TMs weren't that broken.
Right.
So hopefully they will in the future give us more options to obtain them, especially non-purchasing options to obtain them through these. So I think that'll be good. Okay, let's get to some update changes to trainer battles. So I got a little bit confused when I read this at first, but I think it's pretty interesting. So trainers will be able to initiate battle via QR code from anywhere, regardless of trainer's friendship level or distance. So I'm assuming like you just post your code on Discord or on Twitter, someone can scan it and then it sends a battle invite like you were in person.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I feel like it will be like not user friendly.
You definitely need multiple devices. Like you need a computer or another phone.
The QR code expires after 60 seconds or something, so they should change that as well. If they change it, maybe it's better. Like you could just tie your QR code to your self count or something. But if they don't change the 60 seconds timer, it will be a pain for most people to use it, I think.
Yeah.
To be honest, I'm not sure there was much demand for that feature. I don't think it's that. I think the one right below it's much bigger.
Yeah.
Well, I think this is pretty interesting because now you don't have to like for tournaments. Well, depends on what you want to do for tournaments. You could just send the QR code, or still do the friendship.
Oh right, yeah, you wouldn't have to do friendship, but yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, right.
You don't like if you're a battler, you don't have to ever send a gift again.
Right. Yeah.
You don't ever have to send a gift.
Never send gifts anyway.
You don't. Yeah. Obviously, you should
have to add 7 people for every tournament again.
You don't. You just need to get their QR code. I do think like
No, you're right. I didn't think about it that way. That's a good point. Yeah, it's a very good point.
Yeah, so I think it's an interesting way, right? Because especially some people aren't able to get gifts or whatever, or like now people can just like, I want to battle with somebody. Here's my QR. Send me a battle, right? Or whatever, right?
Right.
Could be interesting, but it's a little bit surprised that they did that, to be honest, because I didn't feel like there was an indication that they were gonna go this even more direction of like zero friendship interaction.
Yeah.
Because now like being on someone's friends list has like I guess it's easier to send a battle request, but has like almost no value as a battler, right?
Yeah. This is what through July, I think, or.
Through July. To be honest, like, if you are eventually going to see these battlers in the future, which hopefully would be the case, it's actually probably better to remove them so you can get like lower, so you can reset your friendship, and then obviously all this get reset and all this stuff. But if this is going to continue out in the future, like you want to reset your friendship so you get like better trades and stuff.
That's a good point. Yeah.
But who knows how long this is going to last? It might all go away in July. So
yeah.
I think it's pretty interesting.
I feel like this update was pretty good for Sylph.
It's very good.
So they might plan more for Worlds now, or Continentals, because they know it will last through the whole of July. you might wanna arrange some stuff in July for continentals.
Yeah,
That's true. Yeah.
I think it will go at least until July 5th or something like that. So
6, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
6.
I thought it was only July 6th.
Yeah, so they would have to plan continentals in June, which
Yeah,
like
I don't think that's I don't know.
Well, GoFest the North
Yeah,
American
it was in June last year.
yeah North American continentals was in June.
Mhm.
So conceivably, they could do first week X continent, second week another continent, third week another continent, fourth week battle for the worlds.
Yeah.
Right, and that would fit into June.
It's still over a month away. I mean, for the start, like like the end of the first. Yeah, I think that could work, to be honest.
I'm sure they're thinking about it, and I'm sure they're.
Oh yeah, I'd imagine they are.
Yeah, like Self is definitely in discussion. Like, there's no way they could have all these graphics and stuff and all this info ahead of time. Like, there's not even released.
Well, yeah, I mean, they were told before they announced Forest that the friendship would be extended.
Yeah, so I'm sure they're in close discussions and they'll build around it.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the most exciting ones.
Now it's getting exciting. All right.
Okay. all the rest of this was pretty exciting. I think it was a really good discussion. She really liked talking about the Premier Cup. But let's talk about the first one, Drill Run.
Yeah. I think Escavalier is going to be a much better Pokemon now in Great League. It was kind of a fringe option before. It really needed a really specific meta to be useful. But between the amazing Megahorn buff and now the Drill Run buff, it has 2 incredibly good charge moves, and it has arguably the best fast move in the game.
Yeah.
So, I mean, counter, Megahorn, and Drill Run is a pretty dominant moveset. For those of you who don't know, Megahorn is a Shadow Ball clone, and now Drill Run is 80-45.
It's a Sky type.
So those what?
Sky type.
Yeah, Sky type. Right. Yeah. So those are the 2 of the best moves in the game. So having counter Megahorn and Drill Run is pretty dominant. It also has a very good typing. It's still glassy, but I think it'll be a much more meta relevant Pokemon in a greater variety of metas.
Yeah, for sure. I'm pretty excited about using it in Ultra League. Matt, I'm not sure you have like the updated rankings of where.
Yes, I just pushed the update.
Oh, can we see it right now? Like if I go
yeah,
into
you should
it?
be able to.
Okay, let's see. Let's take a look here. Okay, tell me if it's not updated on my.
You should see the Premier League listed if it's updated.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, perfect. Oh, okay. Here you go.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, Metagross. Shadow Metagross. Oh.
Man, that's.
Oh man, okay. Shadow
My
Metagross.
Stardust is hurting.
Yeah. Togekiss, Shadow Snorlax, Body Slam superpower. I like it.
Yeah.
Because what do you really need Earthquake for?
Ooh.
Interesting. Okay, now is the Shadow Dragonite recommending Hurricane because it can one hit Togekiss now? Because I know it couldn't before, but it was close.
I may need to change regular Dragonite's moveset. I would probably run Hurricane on regular.
Yeah, I run
Dragonite
Hurricane
too.
on both too, for sure. But
yeah, I'm not sure what
the difference is. But
Outrage, because Outrage is viable.
yeah.
Okay, and then Shadow Gardevoir, Mamoswine up there obviously deals with.
Just gonna make some tweaks while we're sitting here.
Yeah. Garchomp, Electivire. I think this is pretty fun. This is with the new Wild Charge, right?
Yep.
King Escavalier is now the number 24 Pokemon in Ultra League.
Ooh.
That's
Nice.
really high.
And I saw Palkia above Dialga in Masters.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Now, one thing to note about Palkia in the rankings, it should be even higher because it can win a ton of matchups just straight Aqua Tail.
Yeah.
It has a really poor consistency score with Aqua Tail and Draco Meteor. It thinks it's super bait heavy, but in practice, you can go straight Aqua Tail and be just fine.
So here's a consideration for Mirror Shot. Mirror Shot allows you to beat Dragonite in the one shield.
Oh.
Flash Cannon doesn't.
Significant.
Flash Cannon doesn't.
Not to jump leagues, but the number 1 Pokemon in Ultra League now is Cresselia.
That's freaking awesome. Okay, let's see here. I'm gonna go to
Ultra League looks really fun. The number 8 Pokemon is now Venusaur.
That's awesome, man. Cresselia. So this is Future Sight Moonblast. You don't want Grass Knot because it's not enough.
It's weird.
Oh, I don't have Grass Knot added yet.
Didn't you want Grass Knot for Swampert?
You still beat Swampert,
Yeah, that's true.
right? You probably beat Swampert.
I guess if you were running Future Sight, you'd want if you're running Cycle Sight, you want Future Sight. But I think there is play for Grass Knot.
Yeah.
It's weird to that Shiftry is not higher because it beats all 3 of the
Top
above,
3.
or it has play.
It's just so incredibly glassy. You know, Pokemon that peaks so low. It's. I mean, I use it a lot. I actually use it a lot, but it's really hard to make work.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to see this matchup.
Easier Moonblast.
That's the thing. Cheaper Moonblast. Does
Yeah,
it?
Cheaper Moonblast is big.
Would it be able to one shot? Oh my gosh!
Oh man,
Cresselia beats it in the one shield.
that's crazy.
No, why?
Well, that's actually with the attack debuff. Never mind. Let me see.
Oh, okay.
Let me see here. Oh, okay, do I have to manually do this? Yeah.
You can. Yeah.
The 30% chance is pretty
I was gonna say,
big for how often.
It's a pretty big move. It's a pretty big chance though.
If
Yeah.
you go into regular battle, you can toggle all the boosts off.
Oh, how do I do that?
Like just click battle without sandbox,
Okay.
and then there's like Cresselia's median battle rating or Cresselia's worst battle rating, and then you click.
Oh, okay. I see. Okay, yeah. So it loses, but if it lands the debuff on the first and second one, then wins as well. Like it relies on getting a. It's close. It's a very close matchup. It's not a given matchup, and then actually wins the. Okay, yeah, it wins the 2 shield. Wow. That's nuts. That's pretty nuts.
Yeah,
And I just maxed mine.
Cresselia's bulk with those move with now more easily moves is crazy.
That's crazy. Man, okay. Caleb is probably so pissed right now.
As someone who loves Cresselia in Ultra League, I'm pretty pumped.
All right.
I ran Cresselia.
And now I'm gonna get one for Great League too. Nice.
Yeah. I ran Cresselia initially, and then I use Shiftry, but I'll have to Swift back.
Wow. So then, obviously, what beats Cresselia is going to be Registeel, Alolan Muck.
Yeah.
But man, okay.
And Shadow Swampert is higher than regular Swampert. Is there any particular matchup? Flips.
That Muck matchup is still not bad.
Still not bad. Of course,
Look at that.
This is like one of its best matchups, though. Like, worst rating is this.
Yeah, true. Yeah, okay, you're right. You're right.
Medium is this. And then best is all 3. Oh, actually, no, that's not even all 3. Why wouldn't this be... It still wouldn't make a difference, I guess. But,
No.
But it's the same. That's pretty crazy, though.
Do you have any idea why it's recommending Aerial Ace for Escavalier in Forest?
I gotta change that. I had that previously overridden.
Oh, okay.
I'll get that updated here.
I want to try
Man, it's
something.
just on a Pokemon with that bulk, having faster moves is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Okay, under the best case scenario, it actually looks pretty close.
Yeah.
Really close.
And again, these are its worst matchups. Registeel and Alolan Muck are probably the 2 worst matchups.
Yeah. Oh man, this is pretty nuts. Shadow Swampert, because obviously you get Hydro Cannon. What does that flip for you?
How does Lapras look
Cresselia.
with Grass Knot? Does it flip? I mean, it beats Lapras anyway, but it probably beats a lot more now. It was pretty close before.
Which one?
Cresselia
Cresselia. Okay. Let me check.
with Grass Knot.
It takes less Hydro Cannons, so the Cresselia ends up with probably way more health. Lapras. Never mind.
Wouldn't Lapras be the same because you're going for Future Sight? But
I mean,
guess-
wouldn't you be going for Grass Knot?
with Grass Knot. With Grass Knot. Okay.
Yeah, with Grass Knot, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Pretty easy.
Yeah, it's a pretty easy matchup.
Pretty dominant. Yeah, that's a very dominant matchup.
Yeah.
How often do you really need future sights in Ultra if you have Grass Knot and Moonblast? Like, would you miss it? It's like a pretty good move, but
Venusaur
maybe...
would be the issue.
Yeah, Venusaur. You probably lose to
Yeah.
Venusaur.
Yeah, you definitely lose to Venusaur.
Yeah. Unless you're running Confusion.
Right.
You
I
might-
think that's gonna be. I think that's gonna be a play. I think that Psycho Cut is such a bad damage move that you almost need Future Sight on any Cresselia that has it, but you'll have more play for Grass Knot if you're running Confusion.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
Yeah, so then if you run Psycho Cut, though...
With those, yeah, you're gonna lose pretty badly.
Yeah, you're going to lose. It's close,
Not
but
that,
yeah.
not that badly, but you're still gonna lose. Yeah.
Yeah. The Future Sight's very important.
Yeah.
For that matchup.
It will be so frustrating if people lose to Venusaur with their Cresselia.
Like,
Yeah.
That's not supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool though. Okay, let's see in where's okay, let's see.
Ooh, Zeblas.
Shadow World. Okay, I want to see one particular matchup, like if it
I'm really curious to see the Registeel matchup. It probably makes it much stronger now, because it always beat it before. But just looking at if you manipulate the charge move so that you're waiting for them to land theirs first, like don't shield the first Flash Cannon, and then double up on the new Wild Charge, it's probably pretty dominant.
Oh, yeah, so you can shield later.
Right. Yeah. Let the first Flash Cannon go. It'll do about half, and then the debuffs won't matter because it won't get to any more moves. You'll be able to shield the next one.
yeah, I don't think you get to 2 because you're at
2
you're at 72 before they get to another Flash Cannon.
Yeah, but you haven't used a shield yet, so...
Yeah, you need your shield yet.
Oh, okay, yeah. Then you shield this one.
Let the first one go, and then shield the second one, and you'll get to 2 Wild Charges.
Okay, you shield one of them, and then
You shield the second one.
Yeah, and then you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I see. I threw the charge move here. Okay.
Yeah.
And don't throw Thunder Punch at all. Just throw double Wild
Okay.
Charge.
Yeah. I see it here. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. I think it makes it just a little bit cleaner. I mean, I think Raichu still won with straight Thunder Punch. To be honest, it wins a little cleaner now.
You're more debuff, which is, could be good or bad. Yeah, because you're at 100 here.
The thing is, the debuff really hurts you when taking extra fast move damage, but in this matchup, Lock On still does no damage. So it's not, as long as you manipulate your shield so that you don't get hit by a Flash Cannon after the debuffs, it's not going to hurt you as much. That's why you don't shield the first one, and then you just match shields the rest of the way, and the debuff won't really do much because the Lock Ons do what?
So,
one extra point?
No, they do one extra, which actually is not great.
Oh, wow.
Because it doesn't.
No, they did do one extra. Okay, then I definitely have to
Interesting.
double up. Then.
I think the
But
plays
that's after like 2 debuffs.
after 2
Right.
debuffs it goes.
Well, that's after 2 debuffs. Yeah.
But
I
that's what
didn't
you
know
do.
it was possible for Lock-On to hit more than 1 HP.
Yeah.
I never noticed.
There was another matchup where, because someone's like, I can say in my video that someone resists. And there's another matchup where it does too. I can't remember off the top of my head. It's like, I think it's like Honchkrow or something like that.
Like
In
a
Ultra.
super squishy mon. Probably.
With really low defense. So, yeah, I think you probably still play this matchup as is. Straight Thunder Punch. It's probably the easiest way to play it. The Wild Charge. The Wild Charge doesn't play too much. But I'm curious on this matchup, though. You still lose.
Oh.
But I think No, you still lose. Interesting. Okay, I think this is a really important matchup. If they could have flipped this. Doesn't look like it can.
Yeah, that is really good big matchup.
I did the charge move that kills you.
Yeah.
I think you run Volt Switch, to be honest.
Yeah, I tried it with both.
No, I agree. It still loses either way, but
Does Sky Attack still kill you if you do Wild Charge after it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You have like
Oh gosh, okay.
yeah, 24 health
That's,
left.
It's like a super
Yeah,
overkill.
yeah.
Not a lot of
Yeah,
room to work
it's
with
even
there.
more overkill, but yeah, it'll do 37 damage when you have 24.
I think the problem is just that Dragon Breath is still too good.
Yeah. I was hoping you'd flip that matchup because then it would make it really good against like the 3 most meta Pokemon.
I mean, it is still pretty good considering it beats Azul, it beats Registeel, and it leaves Altaria with 4 HP left. Or 3 HP left.
Yeah.
That is still a pretty strong matchup. But
And it can't farm. It has to throw.
now, can you double Wild Charge, or do you need the bait?
Okay.
Because like if that's a bait dependent win,
You can double White Church.
there you go.
Yeah.
But this is more the timing of when
You
they
have
throw.
to interrupt.
When
you have to
they
interrupt them.
yeah, when they throw.
You have to get in your extra Volt Switch. Which with Volt Switches I usually never throw first, because if you can sneak in an extra Volt Switch in their charge move, you can flip a lot of matchups. So I think the whole point, the reason why you won that one is because they threw their Sky Attack first, and you get an extra Volt Switch during the Sky Attack.
Yeah.
You get to the second Wild Charge faster.
Yeah, I see. Okay, so so if you do when you get to the Dragon Breath, do one more Dragon Breath. Like when you get to the Sky Attack, do one more Dragon Breath. Then they don't get in the extra Volt Switch that KOs you.
Yeah. Still, this is a pretty close matchup, to be honest.
Yeah.
And the idea that Raichu can, like, if you switch into an Altaria cannot switch into a Raichu anymore, you know?
Altaria cannot switch into Raichu.
Because you'll have that energy advantage going in, which is pretty cool. How much does Wild Charge do? Does it do like half?
It does 7. No, it does over half.
Yeah, it's hot.
Yeah, like 51%. So that's pretty good
Yeah.
for a bulky Pokemon like Altaria.
Yeah.
I'd imagine it would almost one hit Azumarill.
Yeah. So let's see the Azu matchup. So the Altaria one is more about timing of when you throw.
Yeah.
Which if you're an advanced player, you should be cognizant,
do that anyway.
cognizant of that. But we all forget it. So it does 2/3 damage.
Wow.
Yeah. But that's what makes like a Volt Switch or like Snarl or these like longer turn moves better than they should be. Because people throw the charge moves.
Extra fast moves, which
Yeah.
is a skill that a lot of people don't know. I've been talking to somebody about that the other day, and they didn't know what I was talking about. Where like if you time it so that your fast move goes off right as the charge move is going off, you get it in for less duration.
It's really those like 2-turn moves that get screwed over the most.
Yeah.
Because like the 1 turn or 0 turn, however you want to define it, like tend to break more. Like break. And then
like bite and breath.
Yeah, exactly. And water gun and all that stuff. They feel like they do more damage because they break. And then these 3 or 4 turn moves, you just get an extra win in, and it's just worth so much damage and energy and all that stuff. So
I was talking to Simply Moxie the other day, and he didn't understand. He understood, but he was saying that my shifter kept beating his Registeel because I kept getting in extra Snarls between every Flash Cannon. And 2 extra Snarls can change that matchup. That's a huge amount of energy. That's 26 energy.
Yeah.
If you just sneak in an extra Snarl before each Flash Cannon, by the time you get you're playing at the 2 shield, by the time they get to the 3rd Flash Cannon, you're 3 fast moves ahead, and you're already at the 2nd outlay.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's definitely, if you play it right, it's a lot. It's really fun.
It's definitely a skill based mechanic, and the thing is, if you try it and you fail, and you give your opponents like an extra move, it's like if you're timing with Dragon Breath Confusion and you're the Dragon Breath user and you make a mistake and you actually throw it on the wrong timing, it's like you instantly realize. Yeah. It's very
right. One thing I've tried avoiding to do is do my charge move immediately after their charge move, which was the old piggybacking technique. But now you're at a risk of giving them an extra fast moves.
Yeah.
Or like back-to-back charge moves is not the best play anymore.
Yeah,
right.
I agree. So yeah,
it's always, and in my opinion at least, it's always better to stagger your moves to make sure that you're not using a charge move at the same time they are. Like the worst thing you can do is use a charge move right before they do, where they get the move in first, and then it's CMP, so you can't get another move in on their end.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, it's a tricky mechanic and something that we can probably break down a little bit better because
sure.
How about Wild Charge on Mew? Oh, is that the recommended one now?
Ooh.
Does a lot of defeat Registeel?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Mew is crazy now.
Oh my gosh. That's disgusting.
Can it do it
Straight Wild Charge?
without? Yeah, straight Wild Charge.
Oh my gosh, it'd be so debuffed. No, it can't.
Our
Okay.
regional winner used Mew.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
This Flash Gain does so much after the double debuff.
Yeah.
It does twice as much. Oh my gosh.
Okay. No. Check the 2 shield, King.
Yeah.
The 2 shield with only wild charge.
Yeah.
And let's let go of the first one. Like let the first one go through.
Yeah. Right. Okay. That's what I meant. That's what I meant. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Oh,
2
okay.
shield where you
First,
let the first flash cannon go through.
Okay, yeah, I see what you mean. And then shield this last one, right?
Yes. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rips.
Oh, close.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's close,
now
closer.
the lock-ons do double. But to be honest, if you had Psyshock here, you would probably be able to get it off. Right? Because it's all just
that's a good point.
Turn off the baiting here, and then you probably be able to get it off. I probably have to manually redo this again, but you probably could. No. Okay, so don't shield this.
Yeah.
Shield this, and then.
Ooh.
Oh no, it's the same energy. What am I talking about? Oh, if you had Dragon Claw.
Oh, dragon.
Yeah,
Right,
Dragon.
Oh,
Let's say
man.
Dragon Claw. No, it doesn't do enough. What does it have any other Surf? Surf, right? Surf would KO. Surf would KO. So you could get you could get to a Surf. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. There you go.
Yay.
Do you get to it, or do you get KO'd? Oh, you get it off. You win by 1 HP.
Wow. I want to
There you
see
go.
this happen now.
That's awesome. You get it off. There you go.
Look at all the debuffs.
Yeah. No farm, right?
No
After
farm,
the-
yeah, that's true.
Exactly.
After the Shadow Claw changes, Mew finally had like a consensus for its fast move, and now maybe there's a consensus for its charge move too. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't know what this. What do you think the consensus on the charge moves are? Wild charge for sure, right?
Yeah, and then probably a Psyshock or let's see, Grassnot maybe. I don't know.
I think surf would be fun, but yeah.
I think Psyshock's still pretty good. It gives it the psychic damage.
Yeah. The stab psychic is quite nice. Actually, if you no, you can get it off. Okay, never mind. I thought if you somehow got the best Mew possible.
Right.
Nobody has it.
But what if you maxed out HP? Like if you reduced its defense and added more HP?
Sure. Okay. Like that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
One more.
Well, honestly, the attack's probably not very important.
Oh yeah. Well, there you go.
There you go.
If for some reason you have a 130, well, you can't go lower than 10 attack.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah.
So there you go. If you have 130 HP.
There you go. You win straight wild charge. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't even want to check my Mew anymore.
I don't know. I'll check mine. Yeah, that's yeah. Well, that's very unlikely, right? So it's not incredibly useful calculation, but it's fun to know. It's fun to know. It's not like you can manipulate your IVs just yet. Maybe one day. Yeah. So not well. Wild charge should be really really interesting. 2 run. So wild charge Psyshock. Okay.
What does Psyshock get that you need it for? Just
Neutral.
fighters, I guess. Neutral, I guess. Yeah.
Neutral.
Like a neutral step. So
Yeah. Like Meganium. Right.
Right.
Like Wish Cash.
Or you could just play the
Gas.
ultimate debuff and run wild
voice.
charge overheat.
Yeah, that would not be great.
it's like debuff your attack and your defense. Why not?
Debuff everything.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Throw the wild charge first, and then the overheat, and then just die.
I thought Raikou would be. would have been a little bit better in Great League, but
Do you think
it's-
they'll ever do like explode moves?
Oh my gosh, that'd be hilarious.
yeah, perhaps.
Honestly, in my opinion, with this new update, if you play it right, I think Alolan Raichu will be the best electric Pokemon in Great League.
I can see that.
Just depending on how you play it, I think it'll be a high skill Pokemon, but I think its moveset is so dynamic. Volt Switch, Wild Charge, and I'd probably run Psychic on it as the second move. To be honest, you don't really need Thunder Punch anymore. It's 5 less energy now. With the new Wild Charge, I probably run Wild Charge, Psychic, and Volt Switch.
If you have like a low water Pokemon or something and you have to throw, it's kind of sucks to throw the Wild Charge because it debuffs you in the next battle.
I know, but I mean, I feel like there's so many situations where you can just invest an extra shield and just farm it down. Because Volt Switch does so much damage. That's why I prefer Volt Switch to Thunder Shock, because you're in those situations where you come into a half health Azumarill, and you can just invest in other shields, farm down, and come out with 100 energy. I feel like Volt Switch is often underestimated in like when you're simming it out, because you always assume you're trying to win that matchup. And I feel like Volt Switch gives you a lot better carryover value. I feel like a lot of times I come into a Raichu matchup with a Pokemon with like 40 HP left, and I'm like, all right, I'll invest 1 extra shield, and then I'll have 3 charge moves on the other end. So I feel like you don't have that flexibility with Thundershock. You can't you have to win on charge moves. You can't like farm down. You can't.
I know for sure.
There's less.
It's like Psycho Cut on Cresselia.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, there's no carryover value. That's a good point. Just shield one, and then it has such a wide range of movesets. Like even if you don't have Grass Knot, the Mud Boy will have to respect it, right? They don't have to respect it, but they're taking a huge gamble with it. Yeah. So
I was running Stunfisk in GBL today, and I was in the red, leaving my Azumarill matchup, and then an Alolan Raichu tried to farm me, and I just got like 2 mud bombs off before it took me down.
Oh, really?
So both of his shields went into farming me down, and like, you shouldn't have done that.
Yeah. But Toshi was like, I had three charge moves still.
Yeah. The triple resist is a problem with Stunfisk for sure.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think and then Raikou is number 24. Does it have much better Kyogre matchup now?
Yes. Before it couldn't beat Kyogre with Thundershock. Now arguably you'd want to use Volt Switch anyway, but
loses the 2 shield, which is okay. It's fine. Maybe if you back to back.
I imagine the waterfalls just hurt so much.
This is Master League now,
20
right?
damage.
This is Master League, yeah.
20 damage for a fast move is pretty insane.
Oh man, after the debuff, that's crazy. That's plus 7 damage. That's insane.
Yeah, maybe if you
just don't use any charge moves until the end.
Yeah, oh man, you're okay.
You double shield.
Let's see the shield here.
And the Kyogre is like
Wild Charge, and then okay, I'm just playing at this matchup. Okay, no, you still get Waterfall down. You still get Waterfall down, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Kyogre's too good, to be honest.
Yeah, you can only take just too much. It's too much.
Yeah.
Even 2 shield, there's no play, unfortunately. But still win the 0 and the 1, which is quite nice, and you can actually not shield once and then.
Interesting.
Right, so like if they interesting. Like if you don't shield and you double up, then you can. They think that they win this matchup, right? Then you just double up and then throw the second Wild Charge, you KO them. So then you've win switch advantage and have taken a shield.
That's a good situation, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a really good situation. And then minimal farm on the other side is quite nice.
Magnezone 27, that's nice.
Yeah, Magnezone, more interesting now, at least. Beats Dragonite, beats Tokius, beats Kyogre, beats Metagross.
Not bad.
It beats Dialga?
Oh, it's Shadow, yeah.
Oh, Shadow.
With a Mirror Shot, yeah.
Mirror Shot beat.
Mm.
Which, unlikely, I would imagine
unlikely.
Probably not going to happen.
Yeah, not going to happen, Not going to happen, unfortunately.
Is the Magnezone, if the Magnezone throws like Wild Charge first, it's debuffed, so
Yeah, and the Dragon Breath's just so oppressive.
Mhm.
And then even this double resisted Iron Head takes out half
of
its
that.
health. Oh man, that's so terrible. But maybe if you wait for it to throw,
I don't feel like you can wait.
Yeah. Oh, you have 1 HP left. Oh, you have 1 HP. Okay.
There you go.
There's no waiting. There's no waiting. Yeah.
You're just dead.
Does too much. Just too much damage. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, you gonna have to throw. Unfortunately, yeah.
Still Dialga.
It's
So
still Daigo. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that sucks, but it's okay. Maybe if they don't know the matchup, there's a hope that they will.
I don't see Dialga shielding a Magnezone
No,
because they don't know the matchup.
I wouldn't shield it if I was the Dialga. So shot plus. Okay.
Did Groudon also already has Fire Punch? Not yet. I think.
Not yet. No, I'll
Yeah.
get those added closer to
Mhm,
when
mhm.
those are.
The release is
Yeah,
on Friday, right?
No. They're different.
no,
weeks.
no.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like 3 weeks from now.
Oh, Groudon's only 3 weeks from now. Okay.
Groudon is Hoenn.
Right. Yeah. Wait. So yeah, you're right.
The third week of May.
Yeah.
Cresselia is Sinnoh, right?
Yeah.
I forget the gen. Or yes, Sinnoh.
Yeah.
I
That's
don't know.
before.
I'm not good with the names.
Yeah. And then Moonblast and Wild Charge. So and then Palkia. Okay, let's dive into Palkia. So Palkia is number 3.
It looks really good now.
Oh, man, it already destroyed Origin before, but
Yeah.
like those Dragon Breaths were just a lot. But
Now it gets to actually get to a charge move,
yeah,
which is nice.
I think the best way, so it can just straight Dragon Breath down, even if it gets baited. I think this is maybe the best way to play it, debatably, is to leave that matchup with a Draco Meteor. You shield once, even if you get baited, unless they get boost, then you get hit by the Shadow Ball. You can just Dragon Breath down, and then you just have a Draco Meteor. You're gonna force your shield onto the next Pokemon regardless.
Yeah.
Leaving any matchup with Draco Meteor is pretty overpowered.
Yeah, and then you win.
I mean, you're only going to get to even shields. It's not like you're going to get up a shield because you already had to use one. But I agree, that's a good way to play it.
Yeah, you win switch advantage, right? Like even
Right,
if you switch in late, it's very unlikely unless they leave this matchup with 12 energy. This is the best case scenario. So like, even if
I feel like if you throw a charge move on the Giratina, it will just let it go, and then you have still a shield behind if you shield it. So I think taking the shield back on the next Pokemon is better.
Yeah, so you can switch in onto Giratina Origin for Shadow Claws late, and still Dragon Breath down.
That's a pretty good.
That's a very
it's pretty nice.
It's a very nice matchup, right? Obviously, you have to invest a shield, but then you're gonna still control switch advantage. So I think it's a pretty nice matchup.
Being able to shield the bait and still win is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Picks up Mewtwo, Machamp, Mamoswine, loses Togekiss. Obviously,
It absolutely walls Kyogre. I mean, it did that before too, but in a meta where Kyogre can be more important, that's really nice.
Yeah.
Like it just absolutely, there's nothing it can do really.
I wonder how much of a charge move it has to throw.
How much does Blizzard?
Blizzard does 105. Actually,
But how much does Waterfall do? Like 3?
Why isn't the Kyogre throwing Blizzard?
Because
It doesn't reach
it
it.
doesn't reach it before the Draco Meteor.
And if the
But if
Palkia
it,
decides to farm,
let's see here. In the Zero Shield, it throws a Blizzard.
What happens if you just do one shield and farm it all the way down?
Yeah, it'd be like this scenario. This is the worst case scenario. Like they bait you with Surf.
And they
then
still
you-
can't get to a
Yeah.
Blizzard.
Yeah, you leave the matchup with over 100 energy, so you're probably
And a ton of health too.
Yeah, but you're
Probably
probably
throw an early Aqua Tail to
Yeah.
avoid the second surf, maybe.
yeah.
Not sure. It probably doesn't do enough, but
That second surf does almost no damage. I mean, you don't even really need to avoid it.
yeah, but I mean maybe because you're at 100 energy anyway, so
Oh, okay.
if you throw once, maybe you end with 100 still. So
Let's see here if they bait you. No,
Yeah.
it looks like they can still get to it.
73 energy. That's still a Draco Meteor. So
Yeah,
Oh,
I
you
think,
double shield.
yeah, I think the best way is to shield once.
And
And
then
if they bait you, it only does 25, and then you leave with 100.
the double resisting is so cool, so awesome.
You leave with 100 with 65 health left, right?
Yeah.
You
That's
if
stupid
like
double Draco Meteor at that
yeah,
point.
yeah, exactly. You can double Draco Meteor, or if
Or
they,
you can
or they
yeah.
come in with I don't know what would like. I guess they come with Togekiss would be the worst case scenario, right?
But then you can triple Aqua Tail.
You can triple Aqua Tail. And
Yeah.
I don't know how Aqua Tails do.
Yeah.
Oh,
Finish that
triple,
matchup.
triple! Oh my gosh. Okay, well, that's actually pretty bad for the Togekiss. Okay, well, okay.
so you get the shield back.
Yeah, you're gonna get the shield back, even if they come back.
Anyway.
Okay, let me actually go back to this here.
Yeah, and then finish that match. Yeah, play it out and then finish it with
and then I'll add Aqua
Togekiss.
Tail here, and then continue battle, and then bring a Togekiss in, and
Poor Togekiss.
okay, so technically you don't get the shield back, but you leave it at
Okay.
8 HP.
Yeah, but
That's
at that
And now
point,
you beat-
the Palkia
now you
took
beat
out
two
2
Pokemon.
Pokemon.
You beat 2 Pokemon with it. Oh man, that is. Oh man, Kyogre safe switch is no longer safe.
Yeah.
I'll make it work.
Yeah. Well, I guess if you have Thunder, you might be a little bit better off.
Oh yeah.
Neutral, right?
No, are you? I mean, Blizzard was neutral anyway.
Yeah, but you might be able to get to
You think you can get to it?
2 Thunders.
You probably
maybe?
get to a Surf and a Thunder.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So, okay. It actually makes the matchup. Actually, no. That's actually sorry. Let me reset this.
You
Okay.
gotta reset this.
Yeah. So Thunder is a lot better.
Okay.
Thunder, you get to it and you leave you put the
okay.
Palkia at 9 HP. That's a pretty compelling case,
Yeah.
especially if we see less Giratinas.
The only problem is that Blizzard is so important for Dragonite.
Yes, that is true. It's not enough. Okay. Yeah, even down a shield, unless you're not carrying. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. Dragonite. It's important for Dragonite.
Yeah.
Okay, just go crazy and go Thunder Blizzard. I'm ready for I'm ready for either dragon, right? So-
Give it Dragon Tail.
Give it. Oh man, too bad I can't learn Dragon Tail.
The nice thing about Surf is that you can like do that little bit more chip damage to Dialga to get it into easy superpower,
Yeah.
like a shielded superpower and then
Yeah.
another superpower.
Yeah.
Aqua Tail won't be available. Someone's asking in the chat saying that they checked and restarted. It won't be available till season 2, so pretty soon, Friday.
Yeah, Friday.
Oh man, that'd be too bad you can't use it right away. It's kind of sucks that way, but man, it beats so many things.
It was about time to give Palkia the fast charge move, like the quicker charge move.
And then some people talked about like best bud allows you to picks up the Dragonite matchup. Where's this Dragon? But someone pointed out I was actually mistaken earlier when someone tweeted at me. There's a breakpoint at 15 defense. No,
man.
So you have
Not
to
again.
have.
Ooh, that is tough.
So you have to have a 15. No, I don't know. You have to have a 15. You need 15 defense.
I have a 14, 15, 15.
You have a what? 14, 15, 15?
Dialga? Palkia.
Like 14 attack?
Yeah.
Okay. you
all
probably-
my Master League
No, you
picks are
still-
14 attack.
no,
It's
you-
so frustrating.
It's like a defensive breakpoint. So you still win that matchup against Dragonite. So that's actually quite nice. So I think
Yeah,
Palkia, but obviously they can just best bud their Dragonite,
Dragonite.
then
Yeah.
you probably lose.
Yeah, we'll have to see if the 14 attack, the Palkia changes much.
Let's see. We can just check.
It's like, I made my first Dialga. It was like a 14-14.
Doesn't look like it changes any matchups in the one shield. We'll obviously have to look at it a little bit closer.
Wait, did that just say that I lost to Scavalier?
Yeah, loses. Oh my gosh, really?
In Master League?
New meta.
Oh, wow.
Well, it's just the Dragon Breath, right?
Yeah, and Megahorn is OP. But...
Okay, all right.
I actually throw Megahorn.
There you go.
That's awesome. Okay.
Next year's Cavalier.
Oh man, I would be so thrown off by that matchup. Here's one of the 17 Pokemon that can beat Palkia, Best Bud Palkia.
Damn, that's insane.
Jirachi too, and they're all steel dice, but altered actually. Actually, this matchup with altered might be more interesting now.
That's weird. Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, just the Dragon Claws are. Yeah. Sorry, the Dragon.
I feel like Altered already had some pretty cool play in Masters.
Yeah, now it has even more. Yeah, that's actually really interesting.
Honestly, is if Palkia gonna be a big deal? Is Altered better with Dragon Breath?
That's a good question.
It is much better with Dragon Breath.
It probably also flips Dragonite with Dragon Breath.
But I imagine Melmetal will still be very meta.
No. So Dragonite wins the CMP, right? Because they get to the Dragon Claw at the same time.
Wait, no, but that's saying that.
Oh, sorry, yeah, sorry, you're right. I'm looking wrong.
Okay.
I'm looking wrong. Sorry, I should flip this way.
I want to swap you.
That's easier. Yeah. So it wins it because it can tank the.
It can tank the last.
Oh, that's interesting. But that's interesting.
Obviously you'll be a lot worse off against Melmetal and Metagross.
I assume the Dragonite also has that nuke potential, whereas Altered doesn't.
Yeah.
Honestly, run Altered with Dragon Breath, Dragon Claw, and Shadow Sneak. I don't think it against Metagross. I don't think it probably loses, but not by much. The Shadow Sneak still add up.
It doesn't lose by much.
Oh yeah, it's not too bad.
Yeah, I mean,
it's right.
And you only land one charge move here.
If you pick up extra wins against Palkia and against Dragonite, and then you still survive Metagross for the most part, it's not.
You're
not
like
that bad.
super close to KOing it. Like if the Metagross swaps in on you, it's probably gonna lose the one shield.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're very close to the. You could actually.
You can even throw the move. Yeah.
You can throw the Dragon Claw and make it closer.
Yeah, that's like.
Yeah, 4 HP.
Yeah, it's not bad.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's interesting.
And I feel like people are still in their head like, okay, my Dialga is gonna beat the Giratina, so they probably swap in Dialga instead of Metagross.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
You just don't do a fast move until they swap out.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Just wait for them. I think that's interesting. There's a Celebi, but not really Regirock. Regirock surprisingly beats it.
Regirock is really good and nobody uses it. I don't get it.
People ask me about
Flappers
Regirock all the time.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Sona's just a very good move.
It's just that Rock is such a bad typing.
Yeah.
It has so many weaknesses.
Yeah.
Like so many weaknesses, it's ridiculous. But yeah, I mean, I think Regirock has the best moveset. Stone Edge with Lock On is broken.
Oh, someone's saying that Regirock beats Dialga. Straight Focus Blast.
Regirock is legit. Oh.
No, okay, no, does not.
Oh, it does in the 2 shields. But
And the 2 shields. Yeah, 2 shields on the one.
That's some real commitment.
Yeah. I guess if you draw both shields, it's not bad. That's the problem with Regis, unfortunately, is that they just don't hit hard enough.
Yeah, and there's very little carryover over value because you almost need to use all your energy to win every matchup. You know, you can't like farm down.
Yeah.
You basically need to use your energy to get at it, and then so it's even their wins, it's farmable in the back. Like I don't know about you, but I don't mind losing to Registeel in Great League just because it's so farmable in the back. Because as long as you can make sure you don't get to another flash cannon, you're in good shape.
And even in Master League, Pokemon have more HP, so it will be even worse. Like the higher the league, the worse lock-on is.
Yeah. The worse the farming is, yeah, for sure. But Palkia, worth best buddy?
Yeah.
Another one.
I don't like the grind.
another one to add to the list, right? Yeah. I don't know if
I was doing another Dialga because I was sick of my 14-14. Now I might just do Palkia instead.
I guess you obviously pick up the Palkia mirror just because of the.
Why is that? That's buddy. Yeah. You hit a breakpoint? No. Why is it?
Because the 1 HP. No, the additional HP.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they
didn't it have 1 HP left? Like the.
Matt can explain this mechanic, right? Like one of the fast moves have to go through, right?
Yeah, you can tie on 1 turn moves if it's
right. Yeah, there's a really specific
rule.
Yeah, we never figured out exactly how it works.
So this could be like 1 HP, right?
Right.
The damage only goes through if the Pokemon that
survives?
throws. Yeah. Like if it doesn't survive the 1 turn move, it will not throw its own 1 turn move.
What's happening in the sim there is it's probably throwing. You don't see it, but it's throwing. Must be throwing Aqua Tail, which doesn't happen because it faints to Dragon Breath.
Oh, but like if we turn
So if it did Dragon Breath instead,
let's see here.
It would result in a
yeah. Because it knows it's gonna lose.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So it tries to go for the Aqua Tail.
Yep.
Yeah. And doesn't get it off. Okay. Yeah. Oh, interesting. What happens if it just... okay. If it just throws it, it wins. Okay, I see.
Hey, if you throw it, you get it into 7 HP ratio, which is 1 Dragon Breath instead of 8. So...
Yeah.
Like... then, like, you take 1 HP with a 1 turn charge move, so it actually does the same results. They're still in the 7 range.
Yeah, 7 or 8. Yeah. Okay, curious. That's interesting. Someone's saying Verzion versus Palkia. Palkia's probably still.
Can you imagine Verzion with Bullet Seed?
Yeah. Oh man, that would be pretty good.
Verizion is the one we're gonna get shiny released, right? The grass.
Yes, yeah. They didn't mention if it's gonna have
probably not
Sacred Sword or not though.
Yeah,
I doubt it.
Yeah,
I would be bummed.
Does it even learn Bullet? I don't think it learns Bullet Seed actually.
No, it doesn't. But I was just for fun.
Imagine having Quick Attack as your best fast move.
Yeah, right.
In Master League. It's like, what?
Yeah, it'd be interesting with Bullet Seed, but unfortunately, yeah, it has very. Because I looked it up, I'm like, oh, these Pokemon deserve better fast moves, but they have very limited options.
Like Ho-Oh it gets, what does it get? It gets 1 really good fast move in the main series, like Dragon Breath, I think.
I don't think it actually learns a good fast.
I think it's
Dragon Breath, doesn't it?
I don't think it's learned, but there's a few unreleased flying fast moves, like flying moves that it could potentially get.
Okay, all right. I was seeing a video and someone said that they were trying to click off the ad. I don't have ad blocker on my computer at all, so okay, like Gust.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
They haven't released that. They have not released Roost. Obviously, that probably wouldn't be a fast move. Skydrop. Defog,
No,
Tailwind. These don't sound like fast moves.
they don't. No,
Yeah.
they don't. Honestly, they could just buff Zen Headbutt.
I don't think they'll
be
buff.
honest.
They're not gonna touch that headbutt, unfortunately.
No, they're not.
Because
They have, Blissey. Right.
Way too much of a Blissey problem.
What's the other fast move it gets?
Steel Wing, Extrasensory, Hidden Power.
All right, so buff Steel Wing then.
Well, yeah, they could only buff Steel Wing.
Yeah. They need to do something to Ho. It's just too bad right now.
Yeah.
Just give her a cheaper charge move. I think it solves its problem.
Does it really? Because the moves its fast moves are so bad.
Yeah, I feel like it's a fast move problem.
But is Extrasensory that bad?
Mhm.
I guess not. No, I guess not.
It's not that bad. It's just that all the charge moves are very expensive, right?
Yeah.
Well, honestly, just buff extra sensory then.
But they could buff
Like-
Extrasensory.
Lugia is viable with.
Right, it's not that bad. It's a little bit worse than Wing Attack. It's 2.5 to 3.3, right?
Okay, so if they buff Heat Wave. Right? Who uses Heat Wave? Heat Wave's totally useless right now, right?
Yeah, it's garbage.
They buff Heat Wave to be like
A cargo? You should-
like a Surf clone,
Okay.
right? Then I think it's
Yeah.
more viable, right? 40
Yeah.
energy, right?
That would be pretty neat.
What they gave it Earthquake, right?
Yeah, it doesn't do anything. To be honest.
Doesn't do anything. It allows it to beat Dialga if you bait with the Brave Bird.
That's the one Brave Bird.
Yeah, exactly.
Brave Bird bait. Oh, that's so sad.
Please shield. Extrasensory and Snarl used to be clones before Snarl got rework.
All right, there you go.
But are they gonna give? Well, I guess I was gonna say, are they gonna give it another high energy generation move? But they did do that for Volt Switch, right? Even though it had Thundershock already. So
Right.
It's possible.
Yeah, if they made extra sensory a Snarl clone, then I could see some play for it.
Oh man.
It's still non-stab, but I mean it's also a
We can
bulky
just take
Pokemon.
we can just take a look at it right now, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And then replace Fire Blast or replace Brave Bird.
Fire Blast, I'd say, just with break.
Okay, it's decent.
Yeah, it's solid.
Still loses to Melmetal though, but it picks up Metagross and Metagross because partly because it's super effective, but probably not. And then where's Dialga? Dialga beats. That's pretty good. And then
Yeah, not bad.
Where's Palkia?
Palkia. I gotta see.
It's listed as a water type, yeah.
Yeah, water type versus fire type. Yeah. But yeah, probably. Let's go Dragon.
It's so sad that Ho-Oh is like flying fire type and its move won't be fire. That's
Yeah,
such a
the
weird-
problem is it doesn't learn any good fire moves in the
Yeah.
any passages in the.
Buff Hidden Power to be a Charm clone.
Oh man.
Oh no, that would be.
No, please don't.
That would be
That'd be so bad.
Don't do that.
It would be so annoying because you're like, what hidden? Because all the hidden powers look exactly the same, right? You're
Yeah.
like, what hidden power is this? Like, it'd be the ultimate troll.
Imagine giving Ho electric hidden power.
Oh my gosh.
Which in a Kyogre, no, you didn't.
Yeah. They don't know if it's like grass or oh my gosh. You would know.
Yeah,
You would know, right?
you wouldn't know. Yeah.
What would be the most annoying one?
In GBL, it will be because in a tournament you like see the charm the first round, and then for game 2 and 3 you know the typing, and in GBL it's just like you lose your charm.
If you can figure out the
Hidden
typing.
power.
If you
Yeah,
can figure out
yeah,
I guess
yeah.
you can isolate it.
You see the super effective thing now, but
Yeah, that's true. That's
still
true.
hard.
That's true. A similar move would really help. Yeah, there's a bunch of moves that could really help. Okay. Any other changes that you guys would want to see in? Okay, what are some? We'll close this off. Changes that you would like to see in Go Battle League. So obviously we talked about the Show 6 Pick 3.
It might be a small thing, but I hate the fact that you get a loss for a tie.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
That makes no sense. I like if they rework that to either let you redo the game, like let both people redo it. I think it would be a really easy fix. Like just have it not count.
Yeah, have it not count. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I think it'd be a
I
pretty
don't
easy fix.
feel like you should rematch the same person though. Just not counting is already good because you then force the two players to play extra match, and I'm not sure. Like you might want to do it in 10 minutes or something. And
Yeah, no, I agree.
You wouldn't play the same person, would you?
okay, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like you immediately do the second.
No. It's just like how it says at the end of the battle, say like maybe go from 2 to 3 battles played. Just keep it at 2 battles played.
Yeah.
Play battle whenever else you
I
want.
agree.
Yeah. It doesn't happen often, but man, when you tie and it counts as a loss, is really annoying. And I do think they need to change the scoring algorithm because it's so hard. It hurts you so much to lose to lower ranked players that when you get up to like 3100, it's impossible to progress because no one else is at that ELO. So like I was talking to a lot of players who are at the upper end. We go like 3-2 and lose 15 points, because you're playing people who are 150 points below you. And the way the algorithm works, if you beat someone more than 100 points below you, you barely get any points at all. So I think they need to just maybe slightly readjust the ELO formula.
That's a tough one because if someone's 150 points below you, like let's say you fought all 5 people that were 150 points below you, you probably should beat them 80% of the time,
right?
Or more than.
But at the same time, at that point, like if you're like in the 3100s, you basically need to go 4-1 to even just stay even.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's just a tricky one because like imagine like NBA team played a college team, they should beat them more than 60% of the time, right? Or if they
the thing is though, this game when it's the blind 6, it's so
and for sure. There's definitely much
easy
more
to lose to someone that much lower than you.
I was at 3060 or something. I was playing Ultra League and I let a Shiftry into a Charmer, and I just get hard countered on my save swap, and that set was horrible. I dripped below 3000 because I lost to a guy with an ELO rating of 1800.
Yeah, so someone pointed out maybe it's not a rating issue, it's a matchup issue. This is the balance though. They prioritize not rematching the same player. Like this wouldn't be as big a problem if they still allowed players to play each other again.
Right.
Because then you would just be playing the same 10 people over and over again.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right,
yeah.
But they want to prevent that because obviously if you lose to someone that has like a complete hard counter, people get
and
really
that was
mad
also the feedback from season 0.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
So these are just
feedback.
like when you get feedback, then there's consequences to the feedback where you get then paired up with somebody like way different.
I think they have to show the ranking of the opponent, like the ELO rating, after the matchup and not before, because you get these scenarios where people quit on you. Which is pretty annoying. And I get why they do it. It makes sense.
There's incentive to do it, but doesn't necessarily mean that it's it's fair.
What if they change it to have a lower cap on the amount that you can get? Like for example, like if you battle someone the exact ELO that you have and you win, you get 10 points. If you battle someone who's 200 points lower, then you get like basically no points. What if they had the same matchup system, but the least amount you can get for a win is 5 points?
But the
I
thing
think
is,
that was
like
pretty similar to preseason, where it was very hard to move up or down.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think there's more volatility, which causes like bigger swings up and down, right? It's any matchup system is any rating system is very difficult to deal with, but showing it afterwards.
I do think it is better than preseason. I think that is fair to say. It's better than preseason, but there are still some issues with matching.
I think there is like some incentives to like not show the ELO at all.
Yeah.
Which like showing the ELO is like kind of like a, it's like fun like thing to see. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I'm paired up with someone like 31 whatever, right? 3200, right? Or if you're like a, so anyways, like there's that. But like if they hit it, then less people, there would be like less of this exploit of people quitting out of the matchup.
Yeah. Maybe they can show it during the battle, like a medal next to your name or something. I don't know, but I agree that it adds a little bit of excitement when you hit a really high ranked player and you can like beat it. But Yeah,
Although
now it's
I know a lot of the high ranked players now, if they're getting someone like too far below them, they just quit out of the game.
that's the problem.
Which is a
I don't because it takes so long to match people.
And to
Right.
be honest, they did.
I just
the
wanna
reason
play the
the
game.
reason why that's even possible is because they fixed the initial airplaning, like where
Right,
someone
yeah,
would turn on airplane mode.
Yep.
And they just said like if you're not there, then just quit the match. Now people are
Oh,
exploiting that. So
Yeah.
people think it's so easy to come up with these fixes, and
No, I
that,
agree.
That as a developer, right? Like
It is
when you make one fix, something else is gonna break.
It is much
or-
better now than it was before. I agree.
Yeah. But the pairing things, and all this stuff
Pairing
is
thing.
as a result of changes. So I'm sure they're gonna make more adjustments and changes. So
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. Like, also there's some people that said that they like to flex their rating.
Yeah. Sure.
Treat it as like intimidation factor is. I guess so. It kind of makes sense for some people, but I hope that they. I think it'd be cool. This is obviously applied to a very small percentage of people, not including myself. Like, I myself wouldn't be included this, but it'd be kind of cool if they give you a badge at the end of the season that shows you like your ranking.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right. Regardless if you make the top, it could be just you make top 500 or regardless. I think it would be pretty cool.
I was doing my GBL today, and I wanted to have some fun battles, so I just took the team of my previous opponent, but I did so horrible, and then after I did my 5 sets, tanking my ranking, I was like, maybe they're gonna lock your ranking at the end of the season, and I just ruin it.
Yeah. I also hope that they do tournaments. I know I put this idea out in a video. I think like weekend tournaments would be a lot of fun. Mix it up. Allow people battle all sorts of ratings and under different systems and whatnot. Would be I think would be really neat.
You mean a tournament open to everyone, just a few days? Or?
So here's my idea. I haven't fully fleshed out this idea, but imagine like you get one tournament ticket for every like let's say like Monday or Friday, hypothetically. Monday or Friday you can do a maximum of 125 battles. For every like 25 battles you do, you get like one tournament ticket, right? So you can get up to 5 during the week, and then you can purchase more if you want to, and then you can enter in these like double elimination tournaments where someone says like they like tournament starts right now. You have to be available for this X time period. You're going to be matched up with these people. You can see the bracket somehow or some form or fashion, and then you can win some cool prize depending on your placing.
Yeah, cool.
And it could be like, like double elimination. Let's say even a single elimination tournament, like 3 battles. Like,
depending how many people.
It would take like half an hour at most, right? Like, you know what I mean? 15 minutes at most to do the tournament. You can get some cool prizes or some additional points or a trophy or something like that.
It's like an extra set of 5.
Yeah. I think just and then you could be paired up with different people or whoever has the most tournament wins and all this stuff. I think it would be pretty neat.
Some people are proposing unranked battles.
Yeah, I think that would be good, but they need to stabilize their servers better.
Yeah, I think if they do that,
it would
you
destroy.
will have more lag.
Yeah, sure.
The lag will be insane.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I think they could have a scaled down version of the practice one, right? Like, don't have all the fancy animations and all this stuff, right? Really scale it down.
Just 2 bricks fighting each other.
Right? Have a scaled down version of it. I think might be a way to do it, right? But yeah.
They could use like little substitute sprites.
Yeah, exactly, right? It could have the auto tab button.
Yeah.
maybe put on a website where people don't know if it's poke or poke at them. But I think they probably won't do a scaled down version, but I think there are some things that they need to fix their servers or need to scale up their servers or figure something out before they roll it out. Because for sure, because like people are gonna battle way more on the practice servers than on the real ones, right? And in some ways you might not even get real practice because people might be trolling, right?
Yeah.
Try all these like try to win with a Pidgey in their lineup and all this stuff, right? And you would get a lot of trolling. So okay. So I think I hope that they make continuous improvements. I think this is a really, really solid update. appreciate all the effort that they're putting in, and hopefully we can keep
agree,
getting
yeah.
the feedback, and yeah, they can keep getting better, and it'd be very neat. So, but anyways, we're gonna go ahead and raid Arrow. I think he's
Nice.
doing some GBL.
He's gonna get a surprise.
So, you guys could. So thank you, you three, for
Yep, no problem.
participating,
Good
and
luck,
thank
guys.
you everyone
Yeah,
for
thanks so
coming
much
to
for having
chat. If you guys are a subscriber to this channel, just spam those "Oh-man" when you get to Arrow's stream.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big raid.